I shall take this.
Go, dragon.
When we last left off, our intrepid adventurers had just pissed off a god and retrieved the idol of Osiris over here at where the X is. The Dragonborn is currently bound determined to pick the statue up and carry it back herself, albeit failing because this thing's actually bigger than her, which is odd because she's 8 foot tall.
It's about 10 feet tall.
So I'm not exactly sure who's going to be helping carry her back, but the goal it would be that we should probably be doing is taking it back to the temple.
How long is it traveling back to the temple?
Probably.
It took you 2 days to get here.
And it'll probably take us 3 to get back, considering we're now carrying a giant statue.
And it's one of those statues that has carrying poles like on either side.
Unless Sarah can turn into something that can carry it.
I can, but not for that long.
Yeah.
Did it take us 2 days to get from the Temple of Osiris to the ruins? I thought it was 2 days to get to the temple from Akhet.
I can't remember anymore. I think it was 2 days, because I had you do 4 of the...
Yeah, no, that was from the temple to Akhet. Between the temple and there, it was only 2 checks.
Ah, yeah, it's 1 day. So it'll probably take you about 2 days to get back. If you're slowed down by the statue. Which you probably will be, because, hey, it's heavy.
You know, there's a forest nearby. We could always get a bunch of logs and fashion a raft. We'd be able to pull it along the
While we're
sandy
still
in
the room, because I haven't used this yet and I've been looking for a utility opportunity to, well, I guess I should say, are we out of recap just yet? Are we actually starting to play, or is it still backstory time?
I think we are done with the backstory.
Okay.
You pissed off a god.
Yeah, the actual details were more of a thing, like the land was getting poisoned by what could only be described as first-rate blood magic / necromancy at Akhet. Akhet is like, Osiris is literally the only god with enough healing power to help us out. Go to his temple to the northwest. We took days to cross the desert to get there, encountering a few things along the way, including a Caucasian snowcock and a camp full of cultists resurrecting a minotaur of all things. We get to Osiris and discover a lot of sacrilege, a lot of blood in a holy chamber, and various things missing, including the statue. We just tracked down the statue to ruins with more cultists inside, just slashed our way through until we got to a chamber full of mummies and a construct of Set. And now it's just we're standing in that room with the statue, and it's just where do we go from here?
And you made her die of embarrassment.
Yeah, because our fighter Dragonborn pulled off a persuasion roll strong enough to tell a god to smite all his mummy friends.
Mistakes were made.
I didn't make any mistakes. What you talking about?
That's what his view on it is. Mistakes were made. The mistake was that you all lived.
Not the first time someone's made that mistake with my character, that's for sure.
Alright. Let's see, I can transform for... I think it's half my druid level?
Yes? Wait, no. Wait, maybe.
Yeah, it should be half rounded down, I think.
For a number of hours equal to half your druid level, rounded down, so I can still only stay in my animal form for 1 hour. And I've got to charge of beast shape every short rest. I think it's short rest. Yeah, every short rest I can. You gain expended use when you finish a short rest or a long rest. So
So you can bear form to make it a bit easier.
Yeah, I can bear form to transport it at least twice, 2 hours a day. Or wolf form. My wolf is actually stronger, I think.
Of note about the statue, by the way, is that even being near it, you are aware that it is quite liberally overflowing with power. In fact, just moving it off the spot it was being kept on, there's like grass and flowers going underneath it.
Oh, bear's stronger, actually. Alright.
Hello?
Oh, wrong thing, Alloy.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh god.
No, Seth dudes.
No, he's still here.
I think we've lost him though. No, he can't hear us.
Merty changed the server we're on.
You can do it.
Don't be telling the boss man what to do.
Fine.
I'm back.
Oh,
Okay.
can you hear us now?
Oh, what is happening to my voice? I can't hear you properly.
Okay, that means we should change it.
No. No,
Oh.
I lost connection to Roll20 as well.
Oh, it was your internet as a whole.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay, that's how it works. Right, yeah. Okay, what were we saying?
What's the last thing you heard? Just discussing the bear.
You were discussing a bear?
Pinder wants to go bear farm to transport it a little bit.
Oh, right, okay.
And when you move the statue off the spot it's being kept on, there's grass and flowers and stuff growing directly underneath it. This thing is overflowing with ridiculous amounts of power.
Is it now?
It's almost like the king of the underworld has a fairly decent hand in things.
Is it like a good vibe power? Or...
It's good. It's good.
Okay.
It's basically the exact opposite of the death and decay that you experienced before.
I see.
Shelby's sitting on the bed, but one of the kittens came up and all Shelby's doing.
Are we having a rest before heading out, or are we just straight away
Yeah,
going?
I think it's probably a good idea.
You
Yeah.
might want to get out of the cultist
Yeah.
base first. Just set up a little camp outside.
Yeah, I
there's,
think we
like,
should do that.
in the ruins around it.
Yeah.
There's probably enough space in the ruins for you to just set up a little camp. Do your meditation gump if you want to.
Yeah. I'll just sleep. I'll...
Alloy, is he gonna make her train more? Or did she do well enough that she don't have to do shit right now?
Still making his mind up about it and keep it to PMs.
Oh.
Yeah, so we regain... Let's see. Can we say I regain full health? Actually, I do kind of regain full health because I changed back into my human form. Which is just... Oh,
So we
human
rest and
form.
we do a long rest and regain full health.
If you think it's safe enough to have a long rest.
I think we should. Just do a long rest. Outside of the thing.
Yep.
Alright.
And it seems Anarchaea is taking this time to find something special.
Whew.
What is this something special?
Sad.
I do not think we needed this much information post though.
No, it's fine. You remember he's only going to cast it like once every however long, because it's a teeny pseudo dragon.
Oh.
Yeah, I do mean tiny. It's about the size of a house cat.
Oh.
When it roars, it probably just sounds like a very annoyed cat.
Welp.
So, like, when we're outside, I set up camp, Third digs another hole and fills it with water again. So we have clean clean water.
If anybody is incredibly thirsty or just in need of a bath, water. Just don't jump in.
Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why are you calling me out for? I'm not covered in gore this time.
Yeah, but you've made enough people into gore.
Yeah, but I kept myself clean this time. I just need to wash my
This
sword.
time.
But I do that with sand and dirt instead of water right off the bat. I only use the water to rinse off the thing because I don't want to submerge my sword in water and make it rust.
If it's not iron, and if it's steel, then it won't rust. Just with that brief exposure like that.
Yeah, look, it might be a pretty shitty sword. You did find it in the basement.
Yeah. I'm talking about the long sword. Because I did use it. No, I didn't. Never mind. Wrong sword.
I got my swords confused. Help. Whoever Zero is trying to deceive, they are very unconvinced. 6.
You are not prepared.
Huh.
God damn it.
Scrubs.
Alright, and I think we just take a rest for the night
Yeah.
outside.
So, you rest for the night outside this strange cultist-infested ruin, which you have quite adeptly cleaned out, even though you still hear weird howling noises coming from within. It might be down to that room that you didn't look into.
Yeah, we blocked the door, so.
Yeah, you block the door. Like, whatever's in there is going to starve. It's unnaturally quiet out here, but after having fought the avatar of a god, this is probably a good thing for you guys. It means you can actually sleep. It probably is a bit weird for our druid friend, but I think this whole thing is a bit weird for our druid friend.
Yes, our druid friend is pretty tired and just wants to sleep right now.
When you awake, you will have to deal with the issue of, 1, who's going to carry the statue, and 2, who's going to lead the party back. Are you going to have a team carry the statue? Or
I'm not doing it.
I just want to know, Katie, what constitutes a short rest again?
I think it's
6
anything-
hours.
No, that's almost a long rest.
I think it's 4? 4, I believe. I believe it is 4. I could be wrong. Zero is channeling Charlie Brown. Of course he is.
See, a short rest is a period of downtime at least 1 hour long.
Yeah. I was going to say at least an hour, because anything less feels a bit, well, arse.
Because in my let me see.
You're not going to find a camel next to a friggin' forest.
Or something. Something she can ride.
No.
Heyo.
No.
Wild shape, because I think I also see you're getting expended uses when you finish a short or long rest. So I think I can like travel for 2 hours and rest 1 hour, then travel for 2 more hours, then rest 1 hour, etc. Just keep going into bear shape, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's still not had audio this entire time.
Or is that in character?
No, he hasn't heard anything.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear now. My family's left the room.
And we changed voice service.
No, I don't mean that. I meant I couldn't hear because my family was in the room.
Ah. Well, we did change voice service regardless.
So
Oh,
I'm gonna say that to the party. I can carry the statue if you want to, but I need to have 1 hour's rest between the 2 hours I can transform into my bear form.
Well, I'm not sure. Unless the Dragonborn feels like she can carry an entire piece like that out herself, that we have any other volunteers for the subject, so that would be much appreciated. I suppose I should scout ahead and keep the path clear for you. So, being encumbered with such a thing would probably not do you any favors should we encounter more combat.
I also think our resident Chubby here wouldn't mind a rest every once in a while.
Wow.
And he smirks a little bit.
I'm sorry, our
for
resident who?
Chubby.
Chubby.
Yeah, that's gone completely over my head. I don't know who you're referencing with that.
Eh,
Hafsa.
Oh,
she's
Hafsa.
Kirby. Very Kirby.
She's also very short.
Everybody is short to a Dragonborn.
I'm 7 foot. I'm like shorter, not short.
You're short.
The statue
you're
is
shorter
taller
than me. The statue is the only thing that comes close to my height. That passes my height.
So I think we're gonna travel like that then.
I guess I'd technically be the leader for that.
And I'll be on alert for guarding too from the rear.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you roll me a d20 then?
Do I need to roll any strength checks to carry the thing on my own in my bear form or not?
I will let you do it first time in bear form, just fine.
Oh, come on, man.
But that's
I
just
have-
because you've just finished a long rest, so the bear may be full of energy. Roll me a d100.
D100. I need to make a strength check, right, or a save, or just check?
No, I meant that for Alloy, because he's
Okay.
doing the... you can roll a strength check for the next one, because...
Alright,
Well,
yeah. Brrr, 50.
Okay. Good
And then
news,
she
friends.
promises.
What do I get to kill?
You get to kill nothing.
Damn it.
You are just wandering along the road, because we've actually gotten to a road by this point. And you hear the sound of hooves in the distance. And suddenly, this horse goes piss-arsing right past you. With the guy on his back, boom. And then, not far behind, there's another guy on another horse is yelling, "Come back here, you bastard, you owe me 50p.
50p? What?
Yeah,
Platinum.
50 platinum.
50 platinum.
Holy shit.
That's not a small debt.
Yeah, I have a new encounter table in case you can't tell.
Like,
That is all you encounter. Just two asses on the horses.
Two asses on a horse. Okay.
Okay. Do me a strength throw. See if you can keep carrying it.
So an unskilled strength check then?
Yeah, let's go for it.
There we go.
Fluffy fur is not weakened. Fluffy fur can carry the thing. Which is incredible. It's just a bear carrying this massive ass statue. Hello, bees.
I just thought I could talk as
Yeah.
more bees.
Because only you can control the bees. Bees. Who would like to go next in leading the
I'll
party?
take the lead.
Okay. I just like that thing is making bear noises.
The bear's not. The bear's not
18,
good.
almost an at 20.
But you need to roll
Okay.
D100s, right? Or is it just D20 and then D100 sometimes?
It's only sometimes.
Okay.
Is this a sometimes or no?
No. What you find is nothing too interesting up until the point where there's a tree just in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of your path. It's almost like it's grown in the middle of the road. And this tree has a face on it.
Ah!
Like-
Statue tree.
Are we in
There's nothing
Stormheim?
There's nothing magical that you can tell about this tree, at least just looking at it. It's just a really,
Yeah,
really freaky tree.
I want to examine
to-
the tree.
Then you may
What?
examine the tree.
Because
I would like
am...
to detect magic. Wait, did I?
What can I check? Nature check then?
Sure.
I'd say
I'm
it's
checking
nature.
for magical things.
There we go, 21 then.
This
Okay.
tree is way too young to be this tall. And the only thing even remotely magical that you can feel about it is linked to that statue that's right on your back.
Oh.
You guys are legitimately terraforming the countryside as you travel through it with this thing.
Cool.
A literal green belt.
You are creating a whole new surge of life. I don't know why the tree has a face on it. It may have grown around the bandit at some point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's face it, the bandits are that dumb.
Thur is like visibly happy that like new life is sprouting.
Happy bear face.
So
He's
is
doing
behind?
He's doing the happy bear
there
dance
foliage?
from Ark.
Or
Yeah.
the slash
But
dance
even-
from any bear
If you
mounts.
look behind, is there foliage forming?
Yep.
Oh, it's like
There's like a little
frickin'-
trail of leaves and flowers and all nice things behind you.
Then every
it's like,
time
what's the
every
movie?
time we take a short rest, from now on Thur will plant some seeds.
Yay.
Um,
You are legitimately creating new life as you carry the statue back.
How long until we take a rest?
I think we
Uh,
just
I would say, give me one more unskilled strength check, and I'll tell you whether you can drag it back to town.
alright, here we go. Wait, no, this is not the correct
This
one.
is probably going to be at a disadvantage.
No, that was not the correct character sheet. I wrote that one because that was on the normal Thur, and this is a Thur with more strength than that. So 14.
Well,
If it's
from
a
what you can
disadvantage.
tell,
messages.
you are going to be able to drag this directly back into the temple at this rate. Unfortunately for you, there's something ahead of you, and it's yelling, Rakanishu!
I'm sorry, it's going.
Rakanishu!
Kobolds?
Prepare for an ambush!
Oh, fuck. Mother flipper.
Drop your tokens down.
Katie, how many uses of animal form do I still have now? Just none? Like I'm in a bear form? I started my bear form?
You start in your bed form.
Okay, cool. That means I can't. I'm just gonna go fluffy Thur. That means
So
I can't
you're
cast
put-
any spells, so that's the annoying thing. Oh well.
Do I put my my companion as well, or is he on my back until I say otherwise?
He's on your back until you say otherwise.
Oh.
Actually, no, I do have to put him down. Actually, I do have to put him down.
Wait, what? Damn, that's bad.
Are you a dragon now, or?
He has a dragon.
He is It's got a
Pseudo
pseudo
dragon?
dragon.
Yes.
About the size of a cat.
Like
it can't
like the one
breathe.
like the one Critch
I
had.
mean, yes. The thing is though, it can only like either Seth can attack or Samara can attack, and not both of them.
Yeah, I can do action.
Though you are able to channel your touch spells through your pet.
Which I don't have any. But he
Can I
can still
use this
perform
for a
actions.
pet?
He can't perform attack actions.
Can the bird be on her shoulder?
No, because that's very dangerous for the bird.
The bird has pissed off to a tree right
Oh.
now.
Bird died for a moment.
I'm forgetting how to. There we go.
Has everybody rolled?
Yeah, I rolled piss poor.
Seth rolls.
So
Indeed.
do they have like you said it's an ambush, so do they get a turn where we can't do anything?
It's an
or if
ambush,
they
but
just,
you
like-
saw them coming. Because
Okay.
they made the mistake of yelling Rakanishu at you.
Right, okay.
Which isn't even a goblin thing, but it's just something.
Who
I
was
like
it that
naming.
rolled badly? Now we're at.
So we have a couple of ties, but it's
Okay.
ordered them. So
Okay, so I guess
Okay.
I guess I do the first action.
Anakea has the first action.
Okay.
Look out!
Anakea, kill!
Oh come on!
Face off.
And these are aimed at.
From top to. Hang on.
Just ping the ones.
That's what
A
I'm trying to do.
1 and a 3. Wow.
That one. Then that one, and then that one. So I guess the only one to hit probably would be the 17 on that one, wouldn't it?
Yep, that's the only one that hits. The
Cool.
other goblins have the sense to duck.
Wait, you literally have a 1 in every one of your rolls.
Yeah. See,
Yep.
these other goblins, these two at the top, have the sense to duck. Probably because the guy behind them is yelling orders at them in something that none of you can really understand. Unfortunately, this guy down here is, he's a bit simple, bless him. And he's just staring at the laser as it comes to the bottom. He's like, oh, pretty. Oh, God, it burns. Unfortunately for you, you've just burned this goblin boss's newest acquisition. Probably what he's going to call it anyway. So he is going to heft a javelin and attempt to fling it right at Annika. And it turns out goblins are very bad at throwing. He tries to throw this javelin, and it goes about 2 feet and lands in front of him. He just looks at it like, personally offended that this javelin is the problem, not him. Marus.
Well,
He's a dude.
this guy with the 0 feet thing around here
Yes,
is the main
Goblins.
target. However, Marus prepares something a bit more fun this time.
Uh-oh.
Shatter to a 10
Before
foot
the night of fall.
for the 10-foot radius filled with thunder damage in this AoE. So both of these are hit. Both of these goblins are hit.
Okay.
They have to do a DC saving of, past 14.
18 thunder damage. God damn, you're all good there.
So what do they need to do? Constitution
They need to
saving throws?
pass, Constitution saving throws past 14.
You aimed that at someone, or wow.
The boss,
That's a boss. Is a boss.
They-
So is the other one.
They-
Sound? What sound?
they both receive health damage then, so 9 thunder damage.
This is enough to crispy fry this goblin here. Like, quite legitimately crispy fry him. It's like the heavens have opened and just got nope on him.
Bertie, maybe add a radius to that spell.
Yeah.
It's in the spell info, but I will add it to the effect, I think.
Yeah.
The goblin boss, incidentally, held up his sword and pretty much yelled, I have the power.
I have power.
No, Ben. It's a He-Man reference.
That's also a song, right?
I know what I'm referencing. I'm referencing He-Man. Because I've got the power. You're right.
Shut up.
It now says in the effect, does damage in a 10 feet radius from the focal point.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, would the focal point be where on a tile you shoot, or would the focal point be?
The tile I
Yeah,
shoot
That's
at.
the point you're waiting for.
So it's like,
This goblin.
this entire area would have been affected.
Hang on, could you do this entire area, or could you do this entire area, also including that creature over there?
Yes,
Yeah,
you can.
If you
You don't have to specifically aim it to a creature, you can specifically aim it to a tile if it gets you to hit multiple. More than
Yeah.
like 2,
No.
etc. It's up to you.
Okay, well, you could have done that, but okay.
As it is this goblin's turn, and he is very, very stupid, like most goblins are, he wants to pick on the bear.
Bite his freaking head off.
Nope.
Wow. He swings the scimitar at you, and it barely glances
Barely?
off your...
Ah!
Yes, it barely glances off your ridiculously thick hide. I like to imagine Fur is now looking at the goblin like, you fucking serious, mate?
Yes.
Speaking of which,
Sir, would you like some
it's
ketchup?
Fur's turn.
If a bear could have a "Are you fucking serious, mate?" face, he would have that now.
There's
It's
good
just
news.
that
Yes,
offer gift.
yes, the
You what,
closest-
mate? You
yes,
have
the
little
closest-
people.
Yes, the closest thing a bear can have to an "Are you fucking serious?" face. All right.
Beautiful.
Oh, I
There you
can
go.
draw it.
Please don't.
But I wonder
And
because
this goblin, it rended limb from limb in penance for his complete and utter stupidity. I don't know if you can see his health bar, but it's now as long as his health bar was to begin with, in the negative.
Wow.
There's now a little bloody puddle in front of you, where there was once a goblin.
And I also still have my move action,
Yes.
which I'm gonna use to move in front of this guy.
how do I
Scare the
put my
shit out of
bonus
him.
action?
So I still have like a little bit of guts, like between my teeth.
Yeah, you brought his minion's guts to him.
How
Thanks.
do I do a bonus action? Because before he goes, I want to put.
you-
spell
That's
in.
not how bonus actions work.
How does it work?
They have to be done for a turn.
Ace, you motherfucking!
Swear at your cat another time. 0.
Remember, you are live on the internet, although no one's watching
That's
at the
a fucking
moment.
I am.
Sorry.
Seeing that they're already starting to crumple before everything, so it's just going to casually
They're already
the wrong
goblins.
size and not even waste any time talking. Just straight up to this one. Unsheath the newly revealed weapon that is not in fact a longsword, but actually an S-stock. The enchanted blade that looked like it was decaying has actually fallen off, and the interior is revealed to not really be decaying metal like the longsword was. It's a sharp triangular blade that is black as soot and yet shimmers like polished ice. And he pulls it out of the scabbard for the first time, just casually walking towards this guy like it's nothing to worry about whatsoever.
Suddenly, Witcher music plays.
Even without the bonus that this thing has, you melted this guy's friggin' face off. See, there used to be this goblin in front of you. He had hopes, he had dreams. Maybe he wanted to go kidnap more bandits or something.
Or wanted
I don't know
to
why
take,
he
or wanted to take Candle.
or maybe he wanted to go find a kobold and take Candle. But now he is gone.
And now, as my bonus action, I'm going
You
to
monster.
I'm going to look at this guy right here, this guy that's 15 feet away from me diagonally, and with bonus action, I shall simply, with my non-sword hand, point at him and just make a face that says, "You're next." As I try to find the fucking where. Why have I not got this thing more ready? Where is this thing?
Are you gonna roll intimidation?
No. This is where it. It's not in here, is it? Where is the thing? Page 1, page. These things have too many pages. in
Best
them.
Paladin 2K17.
It really is.
Oh, it's in spellbook, not class abilities. There, this finally stupid button.
You push
Yeah.
button.
There we go.
So you're trying to compel him into a duel.
Yeah. I just point at him and then cock my head sideways slightly and just point at the ground in front of me without a word.
Because this doesn't have your saving throw in it, I don't know whether or not it succeeded.
Does that not have saving? Hold on. Save throws in what core stats?
No, it's on the spell itself. There should be a thing you can tick.
There should be a save on the spell info that you can make it roll.
Yeah, you just didn't have it ticked.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he basically just sticks his tongue out at you. He's not impressed.
Wait,
He's certainly not going to come anywhere near you.
but why is it rolling a dice for that saving throw? That's weird. It's the correct one, I think.
I think it's just a rigged dice.
Yeah. Like it's just
Roll
it's
20
when you
has
when you, when you do slash roll 10, then it's just 10.
Yep. So, it is your turn, Hafsa. What will you do?
be honest, I am actually going to go here. Wait, now how do I do a bonus action?
A bonus action. Well, what is the bonus action?
She wants to. I want to prepare. Do Thunderous Smite.
You cast that first,
Okay, cast that, and then I move, and then I'll fight, or do I get?
or
to...
you can move, then cast, then fight. It's up to you.
Okay, so I'm going to cast. I get to fight at the same time, or
Yes, but
First,
Okay.
cast a spell. There we go.
okay, and then I move here. Oh no, here. And then since doing that, I'm gonna use the scimitar.
You
but
can't
you're not
hit.
stood next to anything.
You're not stood next to
Oh,
anything.
Yeah, right.
You are bad at
I'm gonna
this.
go after this one. And
You have
despite-
entered within melee range of that goblin,
Oh,
so I would say that triggers attacks of opportunity.
okay.
Does it? It's not. It's not if you move into melee range, is it? It's more if you move out of melee range, isn't it?
Yeah.
It can be
Yeah.
also you move into melee range.
Can I move here?
I will let you do
Yes.
one change of where you want to go.
All right. Thank you, because I'm like still confused on things and waiting for
Okay.
medicine to kick in.
Okay,
And
do your
then
thing.
thank you. And then because spellbook is too long.
No, you want
Weapons.
your weapon.
And
Do you even figure need the lightning? That's just me.
God
You know
damn it.
It's just a...
Let's find out exactly how much. Oh my god.
how much?
So, I'm gonna say something. This guy isn't just dead. This guy took 14 damage off the bat, and then he got hit by lightning. He's a little singed speck on the floor at this point.
Hang on. So Casey rolls really well when rolling for burn, but when rolling her own stats,
Yeah.
Wait, why does Thunderous Smite even have a DC saving throw?
If you manage to do it, you don't get the hit.
Then that spell is not for... Yeah, okay, never mind. Save success was in the bottom.
She actually does. She actually just like looks around and goes, jumps and goes, woo!
There's,
I did it.
there's just this little singed pile of what was once a goblin in front of you. I hope you're proud. This goblin here is not happy that you killed his friend. I mean, sure, he like bought him off a market for 2 silver, but still his friend. So he's gonna try shooting you. He's not
It
very
doesn't
good at shooting. at
No,
all.
it doesn't even.
Well, if he had advantage, he would be.
If only he had advantage.
Because you were bouncing up and down, it kind of just skimmed over your head.
Yeah, the goblin.
Yeah.
The goblin looks at its short bow, just kind of throws it to the ground like. These guys are all blaming their weapons for their failures. Teeny
I wonder
tiny
if I
dragon.
could kill one with a
Dragon.
kill weapon.
can I roll perception to go loot bodies?
Yeah, in theory.
$19. It is already going to go loot.
Yeah. The images you get back from your dragon involve that these goblins' pockets are full of gold.
Ooh.
Can but does that mean that I've liberated the gold?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn it!
By obliterating the
Also-
goblin, you obliterated the gold.
Also, when Katie says this, what that person sees, only I know this. Just
Yeah,
FYI.
only Seth knows
My
this.
sound just died.
But actually,
Uh-oh.
it would be,
I
despite
think I've
being
stopped
like
hearing
obliterated in
that.
the dust, it would still be in the dust with the mineral.
No.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to read
It's
it.
just entirely.
Yeah, you obliterate him in that entirely. It's gone.
Yeah.
Aloy, can you hear us now?
Yeah, that's redone. It was just a reconnect. I don't know why it was that cut out there.
Okay.
Are we fighting treasure goblins?
No, these are not treasure goblins. These are just goblins.
Fucking issue.
Anyway, I think that's all I can do with my
Yeah.
thing. I just know that they have loot.
And then, am I able to move again, or?
No. Your
Oh, I
turn is
already
over.
Your turn.
Your
Yeah.
turn is long over.
Wait, did that goblin roll a saving throw for Aloy's compelled duel?
Yeah, it won.
Yeah,
It
that
laughed
thing's
at him.
weird. I had the throw ticked on the box and then it didn't roll when I hit the button.
Because you didn't have the. Oh, I don't know.
He's flinging this right into Alloy's face.
My AC is 17, so that doesn't even hit.
Wait,
Which
what?
means it goes right over your shoulder and
you-
it beds into the hillside behind you.
Your
Wait, no,
AC
my
is
AC
17.
No, wait, my AC is 18. My unarmored AC with shield is 17.
18? How does anything hit you?
With difficulty.
And bonuses, attack bonuses.
How do
Mine
things hit him?
is-
It's because he takes off his armor.
No, that's a natural 20, you goddamn mother.
My armor class is 16, so
But you have a shield.
yeah.
Yeah, the shield adds +2 on top of chainmail. Don't you have chainmail?
This goblin is so blinded by the light, quite literally, that
Blinded by the light.
he
Although I
just
think
rammed
dexterity
his
is-
scimitar into the ground by accident.
Although I think
Fuck,
yours
I have
is
to
that because
listen
your
to that
dexterity,
song.
isn't it?
My unarmored is dexterity, but my normal one is just chainmail plus shield.
Yeah. Bun's got everything ticked, so she just has lesser
The-
chainmail than you.
Isn't dex an increase to AC though?
Only when you're using.
Bun also has
lighter
medium
armor.
armor. You have heavy armor.
Oh, that's what it is.
Moving on. Elena, it is your turn.
Hold on, I gotta flip a coin to decide which one I attack.
This goblin misses his scimitar.
Oh my god. Could you imagine if I'd had a mirror shield with the button?
You have a mirror shield.
No, if I had it, if it was able to hold held and there just blind everybody.
You can just do this for instead of flipping a coin.
Yeah, roll a d2.
This guy's getting fucked up.
Uh-oh. He looks up at you and just goes, Recognition? He's kind of hopeful. I have no idea what Recognition even means.
Houdini! It's a Diablo 2 reference, isn't it?
It is. It's a Diablo 2 reference.
It's their god or something, I think.
Yeah, it's the imps in the second level.
Houdini!
This goblin has popped.
Poop. You can literally
In
hear this
fact-
sound. Poop.
In fact, basically what Elena does is massive wind up with the great sword and basically baseball bats his head off. It goes flying down the road. Somebody down that road is about to get a nasty surprise.
Or
Pretty much.
because remember,
Gorn.
that goblin's a lot shorter than me.
Yep. This goblin's dead. So's that one.
Oh, Katie, I have a question for you.
Hello.
You know that thing? That thing?
Yep.
That thing.
That
Can
I
thing,
do that now?
thing.
Yes, you can.
I can go do that now. What would I have to do to go do that?
Make a convincing excuse to your party.
What? What? How do I do that?
Roll deception.
Fine. Okay. Hang on.
Dramatic silence.
You are able to complete your super secret mission.
Okay. Well, then I'll go do that then.
Is that going to be your turn, your super secret mission?
Well, I can't do anything else, can I?
This is
I'd
true.
imagine.
This goblin boss is staring down a bear. He's not happy about this. So, you know what he's going to do?
You gonna run away?
He's disengaging.
Which means
He's running away. And
He's
going.
running away. He's spending
Actually,
his
no,
action.
not there.
He's spending his action to run away.
No,
Without
that's a
action.
bonus action.
does that mean that I get to?
No.
No, disengage means it doesn't trigger opportunity attacks.
I'm pretty sure that is
Ching.
exactly your AC,
Yes.
which means it clangs off your armor, which makes quite an impressive.
No,
No.
isn't her AC higher because she's got the shield?
No, her AC is 60.
I don't have it shield. The shield's
You do
not
have the
equipped
shield.
right
You
now.
do have the shield
Oh,
equipped.
so I
It's light armor.
yeah. So basically, she's just like it makes her jolt a little bit, and she looks around like,
Yeah, his
Seriously, mate?
scimitar goes clanging off your armor, which makes this impressive resounding noise, but
like,
it does no
"Ah!"
damage.
Well,
It's cut,
basically, it's
if anything,
rehab.
it's cut like a tiny notch into your armor.
It's like you're
Marus.
paying for that,
Dude,
and
he's dead.
ow, my ears.
Marus, kill.
Marus is gonna do something unusual for a sorcerer. He's actually going to move to melee range of this thing. And is gonna...
Oh wow.
Ooh!
Shocking, isn't it?
Now, what you do is you run up behind this guy who's so distracted with this annoying paladin in front of him that he doesn't notice you. So you clap down your hand on his shoulder. You lean in, go, shocking, isn't it? And he's smoking slightly and is just kind of swaying on the spot. He's not down yet, but he's not in a good way. Goblin
That one
number
is
2.
dead.
I hadn't had any chance to
Dead.
use it, so I thought might as well use it. It's a cantrip. It doesn't cost,
It's
spell
their
slot.
time.
I'm gonna move over here and attack this one right there.
The as of yet unharmed one.
Yes, for now.
Rakinisho.
I should have walked up to this guy and point blanked a magic missile into his face.
Now, unfortunately, it seems like the exertion of running across the road has gotten to the bear a bit. Whilst you swipe at this goblin boss and you try to bite down on him, it kind of don't work.
No.
Blame it on the statue that's still on your back.
Well,
Yes.
If
Then
anything, he looks like he's torn between trying to pet you or trying to run away from you. No, I never said goblins were smart.
Like, like Bane Bloodhoof with the totem on his back. That's basically this bear now.
Yep. 0.
Alright, seeing that didn't go as intended, just run over. Hold on, that's not the click, that's the ruler. There, just run to this position. I'm going to say normal attack. I reckon we'll do.
I reckon it'll do a mighty fine.
There we go. Yeah, just one of those. I reckon.
Why are you trying to kill me? What did I do?
Remember, Ally, you have bonus damage.
And yes, even if this does actually is overkill, I may as well use this thing because this is the sword's true form now that it is attuned to me.
Am I able to go through people?
You're able to go
Wow.
to your party members.
Now,
Wow, that's strong.
this does a ridiculous amount of damage to our poor little goblin friend. Well, I say
Well, remember, you've still got a goblin behind you that is still alive.
He briefly drops down to one knee, but is able to push himself up using his scimitar as a prop. If Lux could kill, Zero would be dead right now. Fortunately, Lux can't kill.
And this goblin is almost dead.
Yep.
Yeah, you got 2 almost dead goblins behind you.
Then there's one who's just like,
If that one survives this next round, I'm going to run up to it and magic missile it in the face 3 times at point blank range.
it is your turn.
I know this.
Do the do.
Okay, so I can. Okay, so is this guy? If I can just turn around because I'm pissed that he ruined my armor and that it's gonna have to get fixed again.
It's like a tiny dint.
She's very superficial of her armor and prides herself with it. Okay, so she's gonna just use her scimitar again.
Give me down.
If I can get what?
Do. It seems like emotions have gotten to you a bit.
Did that not actually hit?
You have vastly overestimated how tall this goblin is. you've taken off like the very top bit of his mohawk with that blade.
No.
Completely missed him.
Superficial damage for superficial damage.
Yeah, you've given him a haircut for free. This goblin is still alive. This goblin's running for it.
Oh, damn. How far can it go?
Full action, because it doesn't attack, it does double movement.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can still. Is he out of the map? Is he out of the
He's
map?
gone.
Motherfucker.
I could have still gotten him.
I was gonna full action chase after him and then magic missile him because I could do that.
Yeah, he got too scared, so he ran for it.
I could have firebolted him even from this range, much easier.
It is the pseudo dragon's turn.
Um,
The pseudo dragon doesn't have to do anything.
wait, I held off one of the attack action, therefore my pseudo dragon can attack now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it can fly 40 feet.
60.
Is it 60?
I guess 60.
Wait. Speed 60. Oh yeah, it can. Either way, 25 is all I need.
Mhm.
Where do I have to stand for him to take an advantage? What can I say?
You'd have to go
Oh.
through him for that. So you could go on top of Merty, you could go down here.
I can't technically go on top of Mercy, can't I? Because I'm tiny and
You're tiny.
And flying.
You're there.
The pseudo dragon lands on Marty's head.
no, it can still fly.
Hello, little guy.
And
Spread
I
your
am
wings.
going to. Why would you ever bite instead of sting? Just out of curiosity, why would you ever bite instead of sting?
In case you don't want to poison people. That's all I can think of.
Sting. Wow.
You are not very good at stinging yet, tiny dragon. You try to sting him, and you realize only too late that you're trying to sting him through pretty fake leather. He just looks at you like, tiny
Really, bro?
dragon, tiny dragon bit stupid. That coming from goblin. Okay. Goblin boss number 2 has finally remembered he can multi-attack.
Wait, what?
That's okay. No, it doesn't
It's
matter.
okay though, because not only was that second one with disadvantage, but he's not very good with a sword. He looks like he's about on the verge of throwing the sword away and just punching you in the face.
And for the hell of it,
Don't
she's
blame him.
actually she's gonna do something. Hafsa's gonna be like, goblins don't jerk off? They're not good with swords.
Elena.
Now I'm gonna
And suddenly
walk up
something
to this
smites
dragon.
Hafsa.
Yeah.
Now I'm just gonna calmly walk up to this guy here.
Hey, there's something against jokes.
Okay, Maru's gonna smite with the shocking grasp.
There we go.
And the goblin boss?
Yep.
Nope. I'm very sorry, but you've aimed too low.
Fine, I'm doing it again.
What?
How are you
Oh,
I
doing?
can double attack.
Oh yeah, so you
I
can.
just get double attack at level 3, wow.
I get it at level 2.
You get it at level 2, yeah.
He has to expend something though. He can
Are
only
we
do it
level
once
3
per-
or
You were already
Sure.
level 3.
I
How many
expend
spell slots?
4.
I expend
right.
where's my thingy again?
You expend a point of something, which you only have one of.
Yeah,
think
it's somewhere in here.
Yeah.
I don't think I have it on my thing yet, but it's somewhere in here.
See, with this, the first attack, you managed to bizarrely go too low to hit a goblin. The second one, however, is coming up from between his legs. You bisect him. Man parts first.
Oh.
Ugh.
It's a bit
What are you
gross.
talking about? I
Did you-
bisected.
Did you just assume the gender of the goblin?
It's gender.
Yes, I assume
No,
all
I-
goblin genders.
I just turned that goblin from a him to a her.
Just wow.
That's not how it works.
And because there's only one goblin left, it says once more come back around to Annika.
Am I still doing the thing, or
I would say you could probably do it quick enough in one turn.
what? Only 6 seconds. Okay.
Oh, what coming at it?
Well, sorry.
There's a lot of it, so
You only need to do, you only need 6 seconds to do your secret thing, huh? Wink wonk.
Yep. Yep.
Wow, that is a short trigger.
Well, I think you know who I target.
well, there's not many other people you could target.
Well, never mind.
This goes sailing over his shoulder, much to he's like praying to whatever the hell he can think of. So goblin gods, elven gods, everything he can think of.
Now
Instead, it crashes into the goblin boss 2 corpses.
I'm just gonna like stand over here next to him.
Stand next to a corpse.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Just ready to loot.
Where did Marus go?
Under the pseudo dragon. Can we move the pseudo dragon temporarily?
Let's just move the pseudo dragon.
Sorry
This
for that.
goblin boss is not happy. He's attempting to run away.
But so many attacks.
But the other... He knows one of the others has already run away, so... It's not entirely for nothing. It's not like they're leaders or anything. So he's just going to attempt to stab this whiny, silver-haired idiot in front of him. Because he's turned around...
And fails.
He
Significant.
fails miserably because he's still reeling from the aftershocks of that stupid thundering touch. Or whatever it was called.
And in response,
Shocking grasp.
in
And
response,
Marus bakes him.
oh no, I can't. Damn it.
Okay. Marus tries to bake him, but at this point he just kind of pushes his hand aside and goes, no. No. Not again.
No.
Once enough.
No.
It's the bear's turn.
Arrgh.
Roar.
Rip him in half, or drop the statue on him.
Holy shit, 224.
Now the bite alone is enough to kill this poor guy, because you go straight...
Katie, I think your sound died.
Yeah, you died
there.
Katie?
Hello?
No.
Katie, no.
Our DM's back, yay!
Katie, can you hear us?
Hello?
Badoop?
Badoop. Badoop.
Katie!
Badoop. Katie, can you hear or talk? I changed voice channels again. Is it working? Alloy, no. Another one did not bite the dust.
No, but
I
a
think
bear
her
bit him.
internet crashed. Yeah, her internet crashed.
She's still in the room.
She's still in.
Or
roll
well,
20.
something went
Oh,
buggy
there we go.
because... There we go.
Yay, you're back.
Another one bites the
Yeah,
dust.
randomly PCB.
So what did his bite do?
Bust the dust. You know, another one bites the dust. Because he turned to dust after that bite.
You poor Thur. He's got goblin dust in his mouth.
I mean, Katie, we can't hear you again if you're talking.
God fucking damn it.
Seriously, that's how long the fix lasted.
Fun.
Wow.
Or Katie, try fixing your mic itself.
What?
Like unplug your mic and replug it back in to reset that.
Why are you saying bad words?
Yeah?
What bad words?
Katie friend?
Mine is now frozen on always on now on my screen.
Yes.
The better?
Discord
that-
having
that
a
seems
poop.
Yes.
Katie, as a suggestion, if this doesn't work now,
No.
Getting out of the room.
Katie can't hear. Katie isn't connected to voice. That's the issue. It's not a case of Katie's microphone. It's a case of Katie's internet.
Or your Discord client.
All that, but I'm pretty sure it's internet.
Looks like resetting the computer as a whole.
Why would it look like everything as a whole? Hello, Katie?
I just roll 20 closed.
I'm OP. Come here.
Washed them and now they shrunk a bit.
Seth, we already tried that 3 times.
No.
Do we want to try connecting to a group call instead of staying in this room?
It doesn't matter. It's connected to the same servers.
Right.
It works the same.
I think it's just Katie's internet, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it is too. But
Katie's internet is shite.
it's like as bad as mine. Or, well,
If
slightly more
Katie's
stable.
having the problem where checking for updates,
for knocking this poor guy down.
Come back live
Because you
now.
heard- Because Fur went for the throat, you see. And this means he actually took the poor guy down, like completely prone. Which means that second thing with his claws... Well, let's just say that guy doesn't have a face anymore. Or a life anymore. You have well and truly murder-raped these poor goblins and their attempt at ambushing you. Congratulations.
Fucking issue.
I'm
I
still
need
sad to one got away.
He had to get away.
I mean, technically, even past the wall from where I was with 95, he was still in my range. Some of my
Yeah.
spells can go up to 240 feet if I use my sorcery points.
He's pink. It's
Like, he's running away, I'm just tossing a fireball. Like 200 feet later, you hear someone yell, "Ow!"
Right, so can I now go and loot the corpses?
Yep.
Because I saw the stuff. So what do I get?
You get a series of small gems that will probably sell for about 200 gold.
So what do I do? Do I add them in my inventory, or do I add 200 gold points?
Add the 200. I'm assuming you will sell them, because otherwise they're going to take up inventory space.
Okay, 335 gold points now.
You find a very artfully made crown made of silver. Maybe you want to keep that. I don't know. Again, it's worth quite a bit. And you find a strange potion in one of the leader's pockets.
So who gets this stuff? Is it me getting all this stuff, or is it?
Well, you're the one who's looting, so you get it all. You have no idea what the potion is.
So is there any way to find out by rolling, or is there a way to, or is it like a case of we take it at a random, desperate time?
You can... Maybe Arcana? It's a magical potion.
Would it be Arcana, or would it be like nature or something? Because potions are made from natural ingredients.
You could go for nature as well, yeah.
Or would it be medicine?
It would probably be medicine.
Yeah, let's go with medicine. This is a potion of hide from undead.
Hide from undead?
Yeah, if you drink it, you will be pretty much invisible to undead. For
Right.
a short amount of time.
Right. Okay then.
Does anyone else want to look for something?
Sure, I'll take a look around. As Fluffy's there.
Go, Fluffy Fur, go.
That's a perception check then?
Yep.
Cool stuff.
That's a very perceptive bear.
Of course it is.
I mean, I've got a passive perception of 13, so...
Smokey here knows that only you can prevent wildfires.
If only you could speak it in a single sentence.
Let's see. What can I have you find? You find... couple more potions. Well, 3 more potions. One of which is definitely the same hide from undead thing.
Alright.
And a ceremonial brass dagger with a topaz in the pommel. Now, you're not normally one for art, being a bear and all. But
Well,
you are
I transform back, and like I say to the rest of the party. Well, afterwards, of course.
Yeah, but being
Yeah.
a bear most of the time and all, you're not normally one for art. But you think if you found the right collector, maybe someone would want this. I mean, everyone loves ceremonial daggers.
Right. But after I'm done searching, I like kind of how bears can just like sit and look really silly.
Yep.
Like
They sit on their haunches like,
Yeah, I sit so that the statue just stands up, and I kind of try to get it off of me, like because I think it's like bound.
oh. And
on
one
me.
more thing you found. You found an ever-burning torch.
Ooh.
It's a normal torch. Other than it has continual flame on it.
Does
Doesn't
anyone
emit
know
heat.
that?
It doesn't. It doesn't emit heat or deal fire damage, so you can technically store it in any normal bag. It's not actually
Right.
flammable.
Well,
if it doesn't deal damage, does it count as a weapon or not?
Improvised weapon.
Okay.
It's essentially like hitting someone with a stick.
alright.
I'll take a look around just for the heck of it.
Yeah, well, then I like
I
sit
think the
and,
goblins
and,
are pretty
and
pick clean.
get the statue off my back and then transform back into orc form and say, I think I need a little rest now.
You say this amidst the corpses of many goblins. And somewhere in the distance, you just hear a goblin voice going, "Ow, my ass!"
Recognition.
Recognition.
So we're taking a short rest now.
Good idea.
All right.
You're almost back.
Sarah's going to go and meditate specifically by these pools of water over here because wow, water in the desert.
Oh, we're not in the desert right now. It's more like a savannah right now.
Yeah, that's what the terrain looks like, but still had to trek through the desert
Yeah.
to get from places, I'm guessing. Like before the road was desert is what I assume from the description.
So, unfortunately for you, Tynot, by the time you take a look around, it's been pretty pick clean. You'll probably find around items that will be worth around 10 gold left in these people's pockets.
10 gold's 10 gold.
Yeah, true.
I
I still feel sorry for that poor guy who got turned into a scorch mark.
I am currently like sitting below that tree and just like against the
Having a
like
bear nap.
leaning against the tree. Not bear nap, just an orc nap.
Well, sleeping as deeply as a bear can.
Are these trees or bushes?
I'm an orc.
They're trees.
Goddammit.
Okay, so Marus is hiding behind some trees, peeing. I mean, he needs to do it
The
sometime.
call of nature. The
Yeah,
call of
exactly.
nature has
He needs to do it sometime.
gone. With the
The
corpses.
bear shit's in the woods and no one's there to witness it. Did it happen?
I'm going to spend the time removing the corpses.
Right,
Roasty
right,
toasty.
right now I am not a bear. I am an alive orc.
As shown by
Yep.
Token.
Yes,
Shown by Token.
very good. Orc.
And after I've removed the corpses, I will send a prayer to Osiris at the statue because Osiris is the god of my homeland and his chosen god.
Yep.
Even though
And-
fighters don't need a god, he chose it because it is the god of his homeland.
And you know what? In response to your prayers, a small flower opens at the very base of the statue. There wasn't a flower there before, it's just appeared.
Yay,
See,
nature.
Whilst Osiris can't physically communicate with you at the moment, because, well, his statue's not in the place it needs to be, he can at least send you signs through this nice statue. And now you are measuring.
Let's have a measuring contest, y'all.
Let's not.
Oh, Mary Poppins, y'all. I mean, what?
Alright.
So you are about, like, right there.
Yeah,
You
well,
could probably see the temple on the horizon.
Did
Yeah,
we take
like-
a short rest or what?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
That was the short rest.
It was you having a
I'm
small
going
nap.
to offer my skills in helping carry this time, so he doesn't have to transform.
Alright, who's leading the pack?
This is
Uh,
a short enough thing where I will not have you roll a d20, because if I did, you would end up fighting right on the borders of the city,
yeah,
and then the guards would kill you.
yeah.
I vote Sparkle Fingers leads us.
Sparkle fingers. Wow.
Birdie.
Oh, nice.
You're not a metallic dragonborn, right?
No.
Good.
Actually, technically I am.
Oh, God.
I'm golden.
Well,
But I'm
Well-
immune to fire.
then it's bad for your sake to call me names because I can shock you, and it does quite a bit more extra damage to metal. You know.
Now, play nice.
Isn't it just a
I
color?
didn't say that out loud.
Isn't it just a color and not a?
Yeah, it's just a color.
It's not like a case of
Yes,
being
but
metal.
dragonborns actually have that trait that they can be metallic dragonborns. That is a thing.
I'm a golden dragonborn. And as far as I know, I don't have the weaknesses of my dragon. I only have the
You have the flame breath, and that's it.
the flame breath, and I've got a slight resistance to fire, too. I take half damage from all fire.
Same.
So me and Thor are carrying this in, right? Right,
Yep.
Thor?
If Fur will...
I'm actually not that strong.
No?
Now that Fur is not a bear.
Yeah. Okay. Who would actually help me carry this then?
Maybe
All of us. Couldn't all of us
one
technically chip in?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the paladins who actually have strength as one of their main stats.
Cyro, help me
Yeah.
carry this, will you?
That's not Cyro.
My strength is 13. Hafsa has way more strength than me.
Fine, Hafsa, get over here. Us ladies are gonna carry this.
On your mic's off, by the way.
Yeah, cats
Wow.
are being fighty. Oh, okay. Ah!
Have fun
I'll
carrying
take the
it.
lead. I'll take the lead and carry it with my arms down. You'll be behind me, but you're gonna have to carry it at about shoulder.
Can't they just, like, shoved it? The girls don't have that much upper
That's-
body strength.
That's disrespectful.
You
When you suggest this, you can feel at the very back of your mind the anger of a lioness. Don't provoke her. She will take your powers away.
Fine.
So,
She's just gonna, like, go
look.
under it and, like, you owe me because this is fucking heavy.
it's not as heavy for you as it is for him. You're visibly stronger than him.
But how am I doing that when she's she's fairly...
But what is
You're
your
still
strength
strong.
score on the character sheet?
Bun, I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter by trade. I'm quite familiar with physique.
Oops. Wrong one.
Okay, what is my strength?
Yeah.
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, then you'll be
my
fine.
strength is
Half
13.
is strong as fuck.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you're almost as strong as me. You're
Okay,
good.
so alright, okay, then never mind. She's just like holding it up, like I just wanted to be lazy.
Then maybe you should have stayed
Effort.
at home, lioness.
Mm-hmm.
How do you have such strength when lazy?
And
The
And
magic
what-
of paladins.
he goes and he's saying, lioness, he goes, since your god is also the god of embalming, wouldn't that make him the god of lip balm? And then she goes to help carry it off.
And again, in the back of your mind, you feel the warning growl of a lioness.
and
Remember, the Egyptian gods are family.
and just
look at
out
one
loud,
within
she goes,
all.
it's him, it's not my fault.
Katie,
So,
just zzz, a little bit.
yeah, little
Just
zap in
sin.
the back of the brain.
He who masters, who moisturizes the chap.
Play nice, kids.
All right, and then
So-
I'll lead us into the temple carrying it.
So,
She means it playfully,
as
though.
you carry it into the temple enclosure, one by one, each of these guards falls flat on their face. They've not passed out. It's a symbol of reverence. And as you get closer to the entrance to the actual temple, you can feel the power coming off the statue in waves. And
Oh,
look,
Elena's just smiling all
And-
the way.
as you enter the temple, there is a glorious flash of light from the statue. And before you manifests the great god himself. Oh, and Horus is here. He never left.
They're not my gods, but just
Well,
because they're there,
Same pantheon.
I stand up straight and just salute.
No,
I'm
I
going to
would, I
look
would
back at-
kneel and be like,
You're still carrying it, but I'm going to look back at you and tell you to and motion for you to let it down. And I'm going to step forward and do the whole laying myself low in front of my god.
she's like, all right, fine, and she'll set it down as best she can, and it'll just be She'll just slightly tip her head.
And, of course, with the return of Osiris to his temple, you can see things coming to life around him. Like, the stone is suddenly more vibrant. There's little flowers spawning all over the place. And,
Thor looks pleased.
well,
And
let's have a family reunion.
He gives a slightly deeper bow than normally because he respects Osiris for growing life here.
Yeah. Let's have a family reunion. Summoned by her husband's sudden presence, here is Isis, the one who is all. And she turns to you, adventurers, and says, I cannot thank you enough for returning my husband to me, and to indeed the whole world. We will see you are justly rewarded. And with a simple gesture of her hand, elegant, perfect gesture, a chest appears before her.
Ka-ching.
And in this chest is about 1,000 gold.
Wow.
When you do the gods a favor, the gods return it in kind. And this is just 1,000 gold between you all. So either give it to a banker or split it up somehow.
Split it up.
And
I think gold would be easier to manage if we just all have one banker account.
yeah, I think a banker
I
is.
mean, it's 166.6 recurring.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
That's
can't
the
split
thing.
1,000 over 6 evenly.
She was gonna she's gonna raise her hand and to the other group because is there a way to turn it into to gain a golden ink feather? I don't know what it's called.
a quill.
Yeah, it just left my brain. I was like, Harry Potter, come on! Find a way to make a golden quill with feathers. 'Cause
Why?
Now, Isis does not understand why you would want such a thing, but again, a very, very subtle gesture of her fingers, and boom, one appears in front of you.
which to which she's like,
She doesn't understand why you want this, but because you have done a great good, she will give it to you.
she's gonna just look at it.
And Osiris himself has gifts for you.
She's gonna look to Isis real quick and be like, I'm a scholar and a sage. This will aid me, and I will record this event.
Okay. Now,
Which she starts doing.
Osiris looks upon you all. This man is about as tall as the building, which is a good 10, 15 feet. His skin is green, being a dead no, and he's wrapped in bandages, which of course come back to Aloy's god Anubis, who brought him back to life. And he looks upon you all and says, You have long been promised rewards. Allow me to give them to you. You, Paladin of Anubis, in my darkest time, your god came and essentially put me back together. I grant to you the eye of my beloved son. May it protect you as long as it's protected our people. And
Shit!
a shield appears before you, Aloy.
I
And-
thought he was going to reach towards Horus. Just to
No.
grab it.
Horus only has one eye.
There you go.
Horus only has one eye already, it's fine. A shield appears
You can miss the other
before.
one.
A shield appears before Aloy, before Zero, emblazoned with the eye of Horus. I'm going to whisper you exactly what it will make you do.
Hmm.
Ah!
Oh, or it will do that.
That was great.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, Zero
Uh,
just bows his head respectfully and says, My thanks, and it is good to see you well again, giver of life.
And he looks next to Hafsa. I know you, daughter of Sakmet, and how you have such distaste for violence. Perhaps this may assist you in avoiding it. And before you, Hafsa, appears a compass. This compass has 5 symbols around the outside. A wolf, a tiger, a demon, a dragon, and a triangle with an eye. It's up to you to truly discern what each of these symbols means.
Okay.
He turns
She's-
to...
She's gonna look at it, look a little bit confused, But just grin. This is going to be fun to figure out. Thank you.
And for Osiris has had a simple request for Hafsa. He also presents to her a simple flower.
Oh.
As that is given over, Zero just casually looks away and says, "Some days are worth remembering more strongly than others. This, I would say, is one of those."
Her response is just, but it will die.
But your
Not
memory
if it
of
is a gift from the god of life.
To which she's simply going to put it right behind her ear. So I will find a way to keep it secure right here for my days.
Now, although our dear drow friend, or half-drow friend, is looking quite far back, Osiris still looks to him. Sorcerer, I grant you the wonders of your ancestry. And this, it appears to just be a simple pair of boots, which he manifests directly in front of him. Like about here. Ding. But they are scaled. Almost like the scales of, well, certain draconic ancestries. And he appreciates your bow. He turns to Fur. And he has such a smile on his face as he beholds Fur. This amazing half-orc who brought him back to life. Druid, for all you did, I grant you the finest armor I can. Now, it does just appear to be a normal set of studded leather armor that materializes before you. But as you touch it, it molds to your form. This armor will work even in your shapeshift forms.
Ooh. I have another deep, slight bow and say, I do, as I'm a druid, I do not worship you. I do, however, respect what you do to this land, bringing life to it.
Do I add this as a cantrip? Or...
Yeah, you can. That is 2 separate cantrips.
Mm-hmm.
Warlock, may you forever be blessed against your enemies. Now, he doesn't know much about Anarcha, but he does know one thing. Warlocks like making things go boom. It's a wand that appears in front of you, carved from blackest ebony. I will whisper you exactly what it does to you. Hopefully it will work this time. I almost whispered this to a bandit.
I mean, you whispered me last time, so there you go.
And finally, Tratinot. To Elena, he looks quite pleased to see you. Even from afar, he was able to feel your worship. And he was able to feel your affection towards his statue as well. So he's quite happy. And to you, he says, Dragonborn, I grant you the very light made manifest. Wield it well. And before you spawns, well, appears, this very elaborate greatsword. He introduces it to you as the Greatsword of Radiant Courage. And he hopes that it will bring you much joy in the battles to come. Though he does warn you, the light of this will fill you to the level where anything may seem possible. But this may go to your head somewhat. Wield it with care. I trust your rewards are at least somewhat fitting for adventurers of your caliber. Even in my inert form, I was able to see your battles against my brother. I have never been more proud of adventurers such as you.
You honor me, I'm trying to think of the right words for this.
Could be a patron, but not.
You honor me, my...
Some would call him their father as well.
You honor me, my father.
Place item in your inventory.
That's what I'm working on.
What would the second ability, Katie? Would it be range touch slash? Would it be considered touch range if it's just a space right next to you?
Yeah, it's anything you can touch.
Okay.
Tina, wouldn't it be better if, like, you instead of for going through a magic class, go to like a cleric or a paladin as a multi-class?
I'm not multi-classed yet.
Yeah, but like you were considering multi-classing, right?
Yeah, I was. If I went multi-classed wizard, I'd get access to all of the wizard spells instead of just the 2 classes.
I know, but it would.
However, if I might consider multi-classing as a paladin, though, considering his devotion to his god.
Yes.
Okay.
Like character-wise.
Hafsa, to you, Isis smiles upon you in the way that only a mother can. She is filled with affection for everybody in this room. Everybody in the world, pretty much. She's essentially Alex Straza, the Lifebinder. And she says, "Dear child, as far as my powers may tell me, they live. And I wish you every hope in finding them." Now, Osiris has one more thing to say. The only way to truly prevent the Avatar's constant resurrection and proliferation is to seal my brother in another very distant plane of existence. Whether you can do this, I know not, but there are none more qualified in all the lands.
And where will we begin to look should we immediately wish to begin this task?
I believe seeking the aid of my fellow gods may work well for you. My son and wife are undoubtedly already very much on board with you. But seeking the aid of your own patrons, the paladins, may work out well. Alternately, you may seek aid outside of our beloved pantheon. You may go across the seas, you may go to the north. You may go wherever your heart desires, so long as your heart leads to the ultimate destruction of my brother. It pains me to say so, but there is little else we can do.
In the name of Anubis, I hereby commit myself to the crusade to rid the world of this imbalance. You have a word in my life. And at this point, I do kneel before the gods, though I wasn't before.
Really?
I'll take the blade in front of me, and after, I still care about my original blade. I'll lovingly take it off and replace it with the new one.
It's not me drawing, by the way.
It's probably Bun.
It's probably one, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I had to. I had to.
I thought it was relevant to color.
my red is a bit higher color.
Katie,
Yeah,
It's a bit brighter.
what is the name of the person I can't remember? The big god in front of us.
This guy?
Yes.
Osiris.
Okay, I thought it was. That's why I had to type in.
There's a certain knowing look he gives you. He says nothing, but yeah, that's a look.
Incidentally, by the way, where do I list advantage on initiative on this character sheet?
Just roll it twice, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just sort of
You roll it twice and pick whichever the higher one is.
I guess I just make
just put the fact that it does that at some point. That's somewhere in there.
Katie,
There we go.
I has question.
Yes.
I put it in the Discord post, the message you sent me for the item.
Aye. Yes,
Okay.
it is that one.
I need to step away for just a minute.
Use it well, friend.
I say to Osiris, I swear upon the great animal spirits that I will also try to stop Seth to uphold the balance of nature in this world.
Specifically, stop Seth.
it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, Seth is a legitimate way to say his name.
Assuming using this thing is one action, not a bonus action.
Yeah, it's an action. If
Okay.
it was a bonus action, it'd be very overpowered.
Yeah, especially the second ability
Yeah,
on that
the
list,
explosion one.
the single target one.
Casey.
Mhm.
Maybe when I do this, I'll actually be able to hit something now.
Yes.
Yep. I actually hit stuff now.
You know what? For Hafsa's sake, Isis shrinks down to a normal human size. And
Aw.
because she is the mother goddess, she bestows upon Hafsa a loving embrace. Not loving in that way, loving in the motherly way.
Oh, of course, no.
I mean, we're in front of her goddamn husband. We aren't the Greeks here.
No getting pregnant in the head.
No, thank God. Just touching yourself and having the world spawn from that. I wish I was kidding.
Yeah.
Now,
that-
where you go from here is entirely up to you, my friends.
she
You
turns
can't.
from the hug and does pull back and admit, I would like to visit my temple.
I would agree with going there, but first we should stop back at insert original village name here,
Aket.
Aket, and report to insert original dude's
wrong
name
place.
here.
Navate.
You saw nothing.
We did actually see nothing.
Thank God.
Yeah. And report to him that what we have done for him.
You can even see
Plus,
Fuck again.
I would like to. I think that village would have a better chance of me unloading some of this extra equipment I have.
It's a good thing you don't have it for where we get what's it called?
I would also like to advise you, as your game master, to make sure you have food.
Yeah,
I would
so
also
haven't we used
suggest
one?
we take a long rest right now.
Can I cast this once to test?
Have people actually been lowering their rations out? So, Kitty, I started off with 5 rations today, so what would I now have?
Wow, that was the
It was a
shittiest.
day from
roll.
the ruins to the temple, so you will now have 4.
She still has the several locusts and cannon. Whoa!
Where you can fuck people up.
Wait,
This is
what?
the gift of Osiris.
Boots of Draconic Ancestry.
Hang on a
So
second.
this is what I get to do.
So what did you?
Plus,
I don't know how to work mine, Katie, but
So, okay, so Mercy.
wait, do I roll that d6 twice because I critted?
No.
Basically, this is the ability. Just, your characters do not know this, obviously, but you can now.
would it
Charges
be
it.
okay to put
Next
Holy Mother
door.
Isis in tweet?
So
Yeah,
basically, once a day I can use this ability. Either as an 1d6 AoE or 8d6 on a single square.
Wow. And you know what I got?
You got a +1.
I got a +1 to spell attack rolls.
I mean, I can up it to a +2 if you feel really, really
No,
let
it's
down.
fine. It's fine.
So, if I roll all of the maximum 6, I can do 48 damage to a single square. That's immediate on my vicinity. It needs to be like my touch range, basically. Or
Yeah,
the
wait.
AoE one is based from me 5 feet all around me, basically. One space.
Right.
This does also include any of you.
Yes,
The
so
way
I need to be
broke it
careful
down-
on that.
Okay, so the way I wrote it down is I put 200 gold points worth of gems in my inventory.
Yeah.
Also, did anyone actually take the 1,000 gold points?
We have not decided on which bank
Yeah.
character to bank it with. My character does have a history with money being a noble.
I mean, it doesn't
I
really
mean-
mean. I personally would trust it more with the one who would use money the least. In other words, the druid.
Sure.
This is whatever
Let's
thing.
pile the gold onto the druid.
I doubt any of you would trust me, so
Enjoy your god-given gold.
No, we just put the whole chest of gold, strap it with some strong leather straps, and put into Thor's back.
Yeah. We have
Yeah.
to get somebody to turn it into platinum.
You-
though.
There isn't a bank here, unfortunately. I mean, Isis could technically transmute it for you.
That might be a little bit easier. Also, Katie, a slight response to that, please. She's
No,
just like,
not yet.
not
So,
yet?
yeah.
Okay.
Isis can turn it into platinum pieces to make it easier for you to transport it. Yes, creepy token.
I
Which means
found
how
you.
many? How many platinum for each?
I think it's only 10. I think it's 100 gold GP to 1 PP.
You just wanted to say PP.
I don't know
heard
what
that
you're
since the
talking
South Park
about.
game.
Alright, so how much gold do I have? 1,000?
1,000.
1,000 gold, or let's see.
10 PP.
Am I
Yes, you
technically-
have 10 PP.
Am I
Actually,
technically
no,
That's a lot.
platinum pieces are worth 10 gold each.
Oh, are they only 10? I thought it
Whoa.
was 100.
So you
It
have
was
100.
100 PP.
You have 100
So-
PP all over you. I'm sorry.
So
I
guess
guess
I'm-
turned Thor into a tentacle monster.
I guess I'm probably the only person keeping track of rations. So once I run out, I guess everyone else technically runs out.
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
keeping track.
I would recommend getting
I
food.
have not been keeping track.
So how many rations does everyone else have then? So Bun, how many
Should be
rations
down
do
to
you have?
4.
See, the thing is that I have.
Bun did
the
also buy
rations.
extra food at one
I
point.
bought extra food, but you guys wouldn't want to eat it, so.
Yeah.
I'm a dragonborn. I'll eat anything.
I
Uh,
also.
So she's gonna be like, "You want some candied ants? They're pretty good."
I have
I
6 rations
also
starting from my
have-
pack. I don't know if I just.
I have 4.
This spell. So.
I have raw.
Oh yeah, good berries.
4.
Everyone loves
I,
good berries.
I wasn't keeping track the last few sessions, so Katie said to give myself 5 instead of.
Yeah. So you're down to 4 now.
So I'm down to 4 because I used one.
Yeah.
Oh, can I put
And the Jenny back.
golden quill along with the quill so I don't have to take up another space?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, what is your plan?
We should gather some rations at the market here in town.
Mhm.
It'll probably be pretty scarce, but
At a temple? Do you mean?
there is a
temple.
market outside the temple.
I don't know if it's anybody else, but
The
this is-
lockdown is starting to lift now, so things are slowly coming in and out of the temples once more.
Okay.
I don't know if it's
It
just
would-
me, but this is the most fun I've ever had playing D&D. Like, not even biased. Like, I have all the fuzzies. Like, this is great right now.
Yep. So,
I've still got a rock with a smile on it.
of course you do. If you want to fill up on rations, one moment whilst I get my price list. 1 day of rations will set you back 5 silver pieces.
How many gold and silver?
10.
Less than 1.
10.
So we're back at the
Wait,
um
wait.
Oh,
10,
wait.
10 silver pieces in a gold. So
Exactly.
1 gold equals 10 silver pieces, so it's half a gold each.
is there a place
What's
Yeah.
EP then?
what Hafsa is gonna do actually is she's going to go to each vendor. Okay?
Okay.
And because of how terrible this has been, she's going to give 2 platinum each.
Wow.
You're gonna do what?
You're giving away their gold?
Also, remember,
You're
I
not
have.
the banker.
Also, the
character.
bear
You
has
don't
the
get
gold.
access to that.
Yeah,
Well,
the
okay,
bear.
then
Also,
10 gold
these
each.
are chiefly people who work in the temple. They will not accept it.
They wouldn't.
Yeah.
She'll try
The
though.
the gods gave it to you.
No, she's gonna use her own. She has.
Alright.
I have 139
Alright,
my own.
fine.
So she's gonna, because they helped her earlier, and because there's so much trade business, she's gonna give 2 gold to each. No, make it 3 gold each. So that'll be 12
3 gold or 3 platinum pieces, you say?
gold.
Oh, you said platinum a minute ago.
No,
Yeah.
no
You just
gold.
wanted to say PP again.
No, I didn't. I didn't even realize. Oh, 129. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So
How many stalls are here?
There's more than these 4. There's
But-
like quite a big conglomeration.
for these main 4.
Can we take a little break? I kind of want to get something to
Oh
drink.
shit!
I think this should be a good, great.
Ignore that.
Uh-huh.
It's just,
Do not question the man behind the.
to be honest, this doesn't matter. It can be public.
Yeah, that was Ciro asking for that, specifically on the way back to the village.
Yeah.
That was literally a last thing before exiting the door of the temple.
Also, yeah, that's a point that should probably be mentioned. Anubis is Osiris's nephew, which therefore means he is the son of Set.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Anubis is the son of Set and Nephthys.
Wow.
You pissed off Granddad.
Pretty much. Yeah, there's most likely a place to be. I mean, this is a full-featured town. It has an inn and everything. It's just a slightly more religious town than most.
Maybe
What do they
let's
sell?
go to inn and rest, then decide where we travel.
Is there an inn here?
I did
good idea.
suggest we should
Yes.
take a long rest.
Because I
I
did use a level 2 spell slot, I want to reset it.
Did you not reset on short rests, Spency?
No.
Okay, yes, only I do. I just thought that if one mechanic of ours was the same, I thought the others would be similar.
At
what
least
do they sell?
not as much as long as I can remember
At
now.
the inn,
Well,
I
the way-
apologize. The inn looks exactly the same because I don't know what map.
It's like a Skyrim inn, which is just a copy paste interior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Uh,
Fuck is also behind the.
No, no.
the
So Tox's cousin, Fuck, is here.
Fuck.
Yeah, you know,
What?
I have deleted those tokens. I just deleted those tokens, and if you can still see them, I'm scared.
I can't see them.
Yeah, I can't see any.
Fuck was there briefly.
I can just see a really, really, really blurry picture. Like, that's really blurry.
It unblurred for me.
I'm gonna message you something, and I can ask you if we have a small intermediate time that this would have happened.
Right, sure.
If you want things from the inn, here are the prices.
Hang on. Let's open my character sheet again.
My character might be slightly intoxicated.
Slightly radioactive.
I am going to see if they have anything from my hometown because I am feeling a little bit homesick.
Okay, Katie, does this we go out and
Roll me d20.
me?
No, yes, they do have things from their hometown. It's probably
Alright.
because as a temple, they are quite a big trade hub. You know, everything comes through here. So, bizarrely, despite us being many, many miles from your hometown, yeah, they got some stuff.
My hometown's a port city.
Just like Soulport.
So what
Can't
price are you
believe
going
I
to charge me for it?
So, hang on. Can I go up to the barkeep and tell him of how we've brought the idol? Is it idol? Whatever the thing is back.
I think
And,
I think he probably
to
seen
persuade-
through all the commotion, anyways.
You
Try
guys
to
did cause
persuade-
quite a bit of a commotion coming in.
I'm going to try to persuade him to give us a full meal each. So,
Okay.
Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion for me.
Yeah.
He is completely and utterly blown away by your tale. The way you tell it is like the most dynamic Hollywood movie, except it plays only in your mind. And he's like, you know what? Sure, I'll give you the best meal I can. Every one of you for free. And that half-elf guy, I'll keep filling up his drinks. But if he passes out on the floor, not my problem.
Katie, what are you going to charge me for this then?
What specifically do you make in your hometown?
We make it all. We make all sorts of alcoholic beverages because technically back at this time that's all you'd make. But
Do you want either a gallon or a mug of it?
I'll take a gallon with me.
He will give it to you for half price, which is 1 silver.
1 silver piece. So now I have 9 silver piece.
Yep.
Whoa, fast typing.
Bada.
And how many mugs are in a gallon? Would you say?
It's a very generous gallon, so about 3 or 4.
I'm gonna buy 2.
This mighty dragonborn just buys 2 gallons and downs them.
No,
2
I'm not
seconds.
gonna down them. I'm gonna share a glass with my party because I'm gonna share them a piece of my homeland. And we'll let them know this is some of the finest. This is some of the finest ale from my homeland.
I seen that.
I'm
seen
sorry.
Flump.
I couldn't resist.
Flump,
I would
buddy.
like to share it with you. I would like to share it with you all in celebration of our victory today.
That's nice.
I will give it to someone else. I refuse to drink.
Why is that?
You don't want to.
If you turn down my alcohol, the mug, I'm not gonna hold it against you, but I'm also not gonna pour it out before I offer you it.
Because she's just like, she doesn't drink. And
In the very back of Hafsa's mind, she can practically hear Sekhmet going, I drank a lake full of beer once. It was great.
The response is just while she's like getting like dealt with it. I don't drink. You know how I get when I drink.
I don't know how you get when you drink.
No, she's trying to.
Trying to,
Oh, I thought you said that out loud. So
she's trying to convince Sekhmet, please don't let me drink.
Please don't make me drink, please.
Drink, woman.
Meanwhile, Thur is just drinking a lot.
Yeah, Tur and Marus was just drinking, like, cheerfully sitting, enjoying some background music if there is any.
Now, if you drink this,
Oh, I think
you
Seth
can
might
say-
have cut out. Seth? Yeah, Seth cut out. Hello? Seth dudes?
One moment. Server
Why is this happening?
settings. Central Europe. Save changes.
I can always download TeamSpeak and we could get a server for
No,
that
no.
for free.
No,
I've got a guy who can help me out with that.
no,
We already
we're
have
not.
TeamSpeak
We're
now.
not going back.
Okay, hello. Did you
Hello.
change the server?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So, Thor and Marus are having a drinking contest, it appears.
Not my
Oh,
alcohol, but
right.
If you
I
do
mean,
drink,
Penny.
You know what?
you take-
So that, let's make it a contest.
Oh god.
Let me
You guys are
just
having a
address what
drinking
Bone wanted.
contest, and
What did you want, Bone?
I wanted you to. How do I explain to Alloy the concept of role playing between what has happened now and when we leave for our next session?
I don't know. Back to the other two.
Anyway,
Let's have your contest.
let me so I can explain the alcohol. For anyone who did take a glass of the ale, this tastes strongly like apples and peaches, and a little bit of
Cinnamon?
grape in there too.
Motherfucker, get off
This
my
is
neck.
a
This is
multi-tasking.
This is a very deep flavored ale. Like this is, if you had to guess, they've been making this for.
But also, you guys realize that
Generation.
Hafsa had already gone off to do the
Protect.
debate to do.
Yeah, they know.
To
And they're still
Okay.
drinking. I mean, if you want to have a proper drinking contest, you can just Constitution saving throw it to each other until one of you passes out.
Just don't throw up on a cat. No,
No,
anywhere else.
you threw
but a
up on
cat.
everything but the cat. There's a red dot here.
Thur is a very loud drunk, by the way.
Fur loses his volume control whilst he's
Yeah.
drunk, so he just yells everything.
Yes.
Tell me about your hometown.
I lived among humans. Not much to tell. Classic human settlement. Slightly larger than this place, obviously being a city, but that's pretty much it. I didn't go out much, considering a half drow child is never included in the games of the younglings do in these worlds.
Try being a half orc raised in a tribe of orcs that are all stronger than you.
I don't know.
Nightmare, I tell you.
Turning into a bear is not a weak-minded job.
I could not always turn into a bear, my friend.
Well, I didn't always toss fire with my palms either, but
It
you
sounds
know,
like the
these
beginning
things
of
happen.
a beautiful relationship.
Gulp.
Well, yeah. Go. I say, well, orcs aren't really fans of druids, so to speak. It's part of the reason why I left them. Alright, let's do the Constitution saving throw. I'm a liar.
Yeah. I like to think that, well, when Fur downs this one, he literally does just smash the mug to the ground and yell, "Another!" The barkeep. And the barkeep's just kind of like, oh god, it's not one of those guys.
Is this just 4 by any chance?
Yeah. Fur is 4.
Four.
I mean,
And
Fur.
wait, would that technically make me like, I don't know, Loki in a way, with the sorcery and magic?
Yeah, you're Loki.
I mean, I do get. Let's see. Is that I have a spell called Thunder Wave, and a third level spell called Lightning. So
Actually, wouldn't I technically be Loki? Kind of, in a way.
Yeah.
I'd be more like Loki than anyone else.
I also get
I'm
Lightning.
sorry, Mercy, you're Jane.
I also get. I also get.
I have
Lightning
Dark
Bolt.
Vision 60, maybe I can be Heimdall. Or,
You just don't want to be the girl.
yeah, I don't.
See, I have Lightning Bolt. Let's see, what more lightning-based abilities do I get?
Alloy. Keep
Uh,
that just for roleplay. Don't do
see.
other text within it.
No,
Use Gen chat.
I figured.
Okay. Now don't edit that picture that I showed.
So,
Well, let's take another, shall we?
yes, my friend.
Marus is starting to go slightly. See, whilst Marus was just like slightly wavering on his seat, Fur tipped backwards in his
Wait,
chair.
I just want to point out, I rolled a critical failure and a critical success. I rolled
Third.
a 1 and a 20.
So, Fur, what you do is you're leaning back as you're drinking,
What?
and you make this crucial mistake.
What?
You overestimate how far back you can put the chair. And you're on the floor, so's the chair. You're just kind of looking at the ceiling like, where's the room spinning? This-
Marus is clearly laughing his
Oh
ass
my God,
off.
bear farm. You're just yelling bear farm at the ceiling.
This is why I don't drink.
And Marus is just laughing his ass off. This is the first time you actually hear him laugh throughout this whole adventure.
You drank it and half orc under the table.
Being part drow kind of helps.
Yeah. It actually helps you a fair bit. I guess things like that. Just wow, you two. Wow. I hope your hangover's not gonna be a
Marus
problem.
looking down the tour says, I think, well, I think it's time for me to stop before I fall down like this guy as well.
Just casually step over the big green guy. Night night, Fur.
Good night,
Room's
sleepy
just
bear.
shiny.
Well, after I finish off what's left of my 2 gallons, I'll pick him up and carry him to a room. After I
No share room with me. No.
No, you
out.
might need. Make sure
Oh,
you.
he ain't my type.
Get out, I'm drunk.
So how
This-
much for a room?
He will give it to you for free. Just because, one, you're basically the hero of the town right now, and two, that was worth it for the humor purposes alone.
All right. I'll toss him in. I'll toss him in on a bed. Tell him. Is he wearing heavy
He
armor?
bounces. No,
I don't
he's
think
a druid.
he's a
has
druid. He
general-
doesn't. Yeah.
Should I take his armor off him so he gets a better
Um,
sleep?
If you do that, he's just going to wake up and go, "Why am I naked?"
How dare
I
you?
mean, I know that there are penalties for sleeping with armor on.
This is like shape-shifting armor, though. So
Yeah, this armor is pretty much.
It's like biomimetic
made.
garments. It's changes shape with him, so it's comfortable constantly.
All right, I'll leave it.
I mean,
on.
it was given to him by a god.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure. I was also tempted to do it just for the humor, but
For the
Don't
love.
steal his pants.
I wasn't gonna steal them. I was gonna fold them neatly on the shelf next to him.
And while you guys do RP stuff, I'm going to be right back.
And then I'm going to suggest we all get rooms too, or
You guys might not want to try and find Hafsa,
Really.
depending on things how go.
Maybe smite.
Hey. She's also in other places the goddess of fertility, so.
In this universe.
But
That's Osiris.
Fun,
Also,
listen to your GM. GM is the final say on everything.
Yeah, in this universe, Sakwat is not a goddess of fertility. That's more Hathor's domain.
but why would she care?
She's a goddess of warfare and also
Uh,
fire.
She's been definitely helping. And,
Also,
like,
you avoided alcohol, and that's like, I drank a lake full of beer once.
She's tired, okay?
Of course.
That was really mostly it, is that she's tired as hell.
Yes, dear.
And smells.
Well, at least you're honest.
She doesn't like.
Randomizing death rolls, sort of.
Okay, so where are we off to now then? Also, did we actually buy any rations?
I don't
No,
know,
we
did
haven't.
you?
I have plenty.
You can buy it on the way out.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
wanted
gold
to-
piece for 2.
A gold piece for 2.
So if you buy multiple,
Alright.
because it's
Any way I can haggle with them?
persuasion. Go for it.
3 for 1 gold piece? Come on, we did save the town.
Give me a persuasion roll.
I know.
You'll do it.
Alright.
But just this once.
So it's
Don't
also
tell my
gonna
wife.
do-
Hmm?
so
Then
it's also gonna
Mar-
start for six.
Maru's gonna buy like 15, so that it will be 3 gold, I think. Wait, not 3, sorry, 5 gold.
Yep.
She has several pounds of her food, and since they're very, very good sources of protein,
Yeah, but
she can
remember
afford
that rations are also quite useful just because they don't go off.
I now have 9
Um,
rations, and I spent 5 gold on it.
how much is this charge per ration right now?
It
Uh,
is
A gold per 3 piece of 3
Yes.
rations, basically.
because Seth
Rations
haggled
is
them.
good for 1 day.
Yep.
Yeah.
1 full day.
How much would you say we have left right now?
Yeah, how much?
For
of
about
the
4
session do we
days.
have?
Yeah, I only had 4 left.
So I
How
bought.
many? How long of the session are we gonna end up with at her temple? At all?
I'll buy 15 too, so that's 5.
Well, it's up to the party where the party goes.
They were, yeah.
Just focus on getting your food in order first.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
can go wherever you want.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so
also by
one goes
15,
now.
marking that off.
Okay, so what exactly is our goal now? We gotta.
We should head back to Arquette.
Well, your goal, as set out by Osiris, is to find a way to bind Set and prevent his reign of terror, and also prevent any more avatars from being made.
Need a
To do so, you may need the assistance of other gods, even gods from other places.
Yeah.
With
Did we
Marus
ever get more
being a
about it?
scholar that's or not originally from this place, he's going to suggest going to other realms and try to get more knowledge and help from there.
She needs to take her full oath properly.
Find a statue.
That's literally a thing you can do as like a ceremony where you just place your figurine in like a circle of incense. You just have to give it the proper respect. It's not an actual place you have to go.
Ah. Okay, then that works.
Wait, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
The third level paladin elf.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And basically just overhearing Mars just discussing this concept of just getting more information about what we're actually dealing with. So I was going to suggest that back around Akhet, there were plenty of cultists, as it were, and they all seem to be carrying those same statues. Maybe it would be worth going back there, seeing as we would want to inform Nabate of happenings anyway. And if we find any more cultists, we can actually keep one of those statues intact and try to learn where the source of that particular enchantment would be from, like Mars wanted to do initially before we started smashing them because danger's curse.
Too
We
spooky.
do have to be careful, though, of what the statues can do to us. They're not harmless.
No, but neither was that particular construct, and while I daren't say we were unassisted in that encounter, we're still here.
They may be
Very true,
dangerous, but the potential of knowledge may far outweigh the risks.
Which
Yeah, but
instantly
I-
gets her going, yeah?
But I don't think I can talk a curse out of hurting us like I did the god.
Leave that to the more magically inclined people here, then, my friend.
And the one who knows what she's talking about.
I like to imagine that when Hafsa says that, Marus just gives her a look like, yeah, you keep telling yourself that.
Younglings.
Isn't
I do
Ah,
agree.
isn't
the
Hafsa
elderly.
older than you?
Yeah, the Hafsa's the older.
What's your
So-
character's age?
190, I think? Me. Go check.
How old are you, Mercy?
Okay, she might be. Might be older by age, but it's more like, character-wise, it goes
Friend
young
of mine.
people. Because
Yeah,
technically, she is yes, age number-wise older, but for a high elf, she's quite young.
yeah, she's
and
190.
As a half elf, Marus has to compact more knowledge and experience with a much less time frame because he has much less to live in terms of timeline.
1,000 something.
I was asking you how to
Can
do
you
it. and
go,
you said,
child?
like,
I'm D&D,
Well,
please.
I would advise against trying to research these things. I know more than any of you about messing with things you do not understand.
You don't know how long I've been traveling.
You don't know the things that I've had to do.
Nor have you known what I had to do.
You refuse to fight. I doubt you had to do much.
One can learn a lot by just observing.
Very nice, ladies.
Well, are we all agreed on doing something then, or?
Yes, let's go
I'm
back
still facing
to...
towards Akhet because I'm still not hearing a better plan.
Yes, let's go back to Akhet. Maybe Nabate has some plans. Some ideas where we could start.
It's a long travel.
It is, but we've been on that journey before.
And it's a good thing we stocked up while we had the opportunity, thanks to your silver tongue, tiefling.
Thanks.
Katie, quick question. I've seen Nabate fight, right? And he uses a longsword.
Yes.
From the memory of that fight, does his sword look better than the one his longsword look better than the currently one I've currently got?
No.
No? Okay.
The enchanted long sword that's
I'm gonna try to
no
sell
other
it to him.
use.
going to try to sell your sword
Yeah,
to
The
a
entire
paladin of
long sword,
Mart.
not the god sword.
yeah. I'll send him. I'm gonna sell him the +1 longsword.
Right, well, we're heading there now then? Or
Yes.
Now,
does it mean we have to roll stuff?
yeah, as you've been to Akep before, the journey there will be easier. I'll only ask you to roll 2d20s for the entire 2-day journey.
Yeah, I guess I'll make the first roll, seeing as I'm usually the leader for the first one in all of these encounters anyway.
Okay. Roll me a
You
D100.
chose poorly.
Oh,
You rolled 100.
We're fucked.
Now,
no.
what you come across is a bit of a really weird sight. What you come across is a guy walking the other way on the road from you. He's human, but he is ridiculously tall, like almost as tall as our Dragonborn friend.
The
And perched on
cutest-
his back is a little kid who seems to be like ordering him around a little bit.
Hodor?
Saying, go that way, go that way, go that way.
Hodor?
If you say this to the guy, he just kind of tilts his head at you and goes,
Hodor.
Hodor. If you say Hodor to
Hodor.
him, he just nods and goes, Hodor.
How do they look famished or anything, or because I've been traveling through the desert and stuff, I think so.
The little kid looks like he could really use with something, but the big guy looks quite protective of him. And the big guy's a lot better fed looking.
Zero doesn't really know what to make of all this, just what's... Nope.
Hodor.
No, he doesn't know what to make of this was right.
No exceptions, just nothing.
Your insight is as follows. That guy's tall.
Hodor.
Yeah, that guy's short.
He's about as tall as you are.
Go up to the
I'm
guy.
8 foot tall. Is he 8 foot tall?
About that.
I will actually like greet him. Like, greetings, traveler. Why are you walking here with the child?
Hodor. He's not going to give you much of an answer, but the little kid in his back's just like, well, prophecy. Or some
Prophecy.
shit like that. The kid is foul-mouthed. Very foul-mouthed.
I like him.
And what kind of prophecy would that be?
Three-eyed ravens? Dunno.
God
Weird.
damn it. You don't even
Literally
watch the
Game of
show. You don't even watch the show.
Don't even watch the show, but there you go. Here's
The
Hodor.
North remembers.
And then you have the ones. The
Don't go
North, the
north.
winters come.
The winter is
Yeah.
coming.
Is that there's three-eyed ravens and winter's coming and gotta go north.
And you know nothings.
Do they only appear when we would roll 100?
Yeah.
Cool.
Every time you roll 100, you're just gonna see Hodor wandering by, like, hello?
What if we meet him again? Would he recognize us?
He will just go, Hodor, 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 Hodor.
Hold the door.
Well, I will wish you luck on your quest for the whatever prophecy you are trying to follow.
Hodor, well, he's not called Hodor, but he nods and
Hodor.
wanders off. Kid's still clinging to his back. Although the kid's kind of like, this would be a lot easier if you spoke.
Hodor.
Well, Hodor.
Hodor.
Literally
And
a Hodor.
I'll roll the next D20.
And when we turn our back, he has fast traveled away.
Yep, Hodor has fast traveled.
Alright, next D20.
Yeah, you are fine here. The road is mostly empty right now. Apparently, Hodor, or whatever we're going to call him, has cleared out most of the stuff in between you and here. So you're about where this creepy token is now.
I'm gonna call him Brodor.
Yeah, Rodor,
If nobody has any objections, I'll roll the next d20.
which will
Oh,
be
no,
the
is it-
last.
We only had two, didn't we?
You can have one more if you want. It's a big encounter table. You got lost. Slightly lost. Okay, D100.
God fucking damn it, you Dragonborn.
He rolled
How
another
did you roll
7.
7 twice?
Or do you want
7?
Gotta get on slot machines, bro.
I
Okay.
have terrible luck with slots.
If you roll
Well,
7
I
again,
mean,
What you find is interesting. In the middle of the road is a dead body. This body still has a sword lodged in its head.
Loot!
You can look at the sword if you want.
I'm going to take
Instantly
a...
suspicious.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm going to detect it. I'm going to check if there's a magical trap.
Hang on.
I don't.
Can
I know
send
nothing,
my
Jon Snow.
Can I send my pseudo dragon
Wait,
into
no,
this
wrong thing.
sky?
That's
Into
not
the
what I
sky?
want to roll.
So
Send
dragon
my
have a
pseudo
look.
dragon up to the sky and have a look around. Oh.
Apparently, I know
Just look
nothing,
around
Jon
the
Snow.
jungle area.
All you can really tell about this guy, whoever he once was, and the sword lodged in his head, is that from the angle, he probably did this to himself.
Oh.
Wait, what? How do you?
I'm gonna check the sword first with Arcana.
This sword is not entirely what it seems. You can tell that much.
Well, that's instantly
Is this-
going
is
to.
I'm gonna look
Mimic or
back at
something.
you guys. I'm gonna suggest you ready up.
Why should I get the feeling this is some kind of mimic or something?
I'm going to draw my shining new greatsword with one hand, rest it on my shoulder.
Okay.
I also
and
want
grab
to.
the other sword.
I wanted to have changed one of the spells that I'm using.
You can
Iron
do
Wanderize.
that. You don't have to tell us.
Okay.
I am
Seeing
grabbing
this
the
is looking-
sword in this guy's head.
Seeing that this
Yes.
is looking weird, I pull out my S-Stock from its sheath with force so that it rings, and then I put the pommel of it to the ground so it's like a tuning fork.
You are getting a sense of a very strong evil from the sword.
Elena, I would be very careful when picking that up. It probably means to do you ill. And yes,
Now-
I said it means as if it's sentient.
So, Tynite, you went to grab hold of it, yeah?
I put my hand on the pommel, yes.
Oh no.
Okay.
The moment your hand contacts with the pommel, your head fills with whispers.
Great.
Whispers you cannot discern a source of. Whispers that are saying all kinds of things.
On
Dark,
her-
twisted things.
On her third
Welcome to
death,
my
she
world,
will
guys.
usher our return. God damn it, Ilgana.
What do I need to roll?
I sense a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, do me a wisdom saving throw. You are able to yank your hand away from this thing, and the whispers immediately stop. The sword still looks really tempting, though. Oh, shiny and stuff.
Maru's gonna try to grab it with some, not directly touching it, like using a piece of cloth to
Well, that's not going to work.
investigate it.
I have gloves, chain gloves on my hands.
Yes, but you directly grabbed it.
And also, after picking it up, trying to pick it up, he's going to, do more detailed magical checks on it, basically.
Detect magic.
If I know more about... But no. It's something that my character never come across, it seems.
Having
Yeah,
experience-
whatever this is, you don't know.
Can I try?
Sure, go for it.
What do I have to throw? What do I have to do?
Arcana. Roll an Arcana.
Also, Katie,
I mean, I
having-
could do detect magic, but no. I'll do
We
Well,
already know it's magic.
We already know it's definitely magical
Ah,
because
true.
remember
Okay.
it was whispering in Tynot's head.
Also, having experienced it, I'd like to re-roll Arcana to see if I can. Well, no, I
Yeah.
would like to roll history.
Okay, Hafsa, you know what you know?
What?
You know it's a sword. You've
You
seen
know-
a lot of swords, and you're pretty sure this is one, but you're not sure.
I'm going to roll history. to
Okay.
see if I know of any kind of effects like this, having experienced it in the past.
I'm
And
gonna
I
roll
roll it with,
religion.
and I am proficient in this. Besides rolling a fucking 5. Nope, never heard of it before.
Okay. Elena, have you told them what it did when you touched it?
Yes.
If we say you've said that, I can give Alloy an advantage on that religion, which will allow Alloy to discern that this sword is one made by ritualistic sacrifice cults. The whispering slowly drives you mad until you want
Oh.
to kill yourself.
Oh, no.
That
So,
blade
with-
was
with-
created with blood magic.
With this revelation, you can discern that this man in front of you fell victim to the very curse the blade has.
Do you
As soon
tell
as
us?
I-
Do you tell us that?
Yeah,
Yes, I tell you this.
I say out loud that that sword was created by blood magic. It is not anything to simply leave there.
It's a natural. We need to destroy it.
Yeah,
I will
I'm
have
instantly,
to-
I missed.
I'm instantly going to just roll an attack and just all in on this. I draw my own sword.
I've already got
Hit
mine
it.
drawn.
And I'm without even looking for seeing for what's going to happen next. I'm instantly just going to follow that up with one of those. Why is it
And-
not?
You smite
Yeah,
the sword.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
just roll 2d8.
Ooh.
And the sword immediately shatters into thousands of razor-sharp, jet-black pieces.
Good job. Do
I-
they hit
Thankfully,
anyone?
though, because this is still lodged into the guy's head, the only thing it hits is the guy's body. You might want to give this guy a respectful burial, but if you just
Yeah.
bring him into town,
Yeah.
don't do that. You're really close to the town. You may be able to
I'll
just go
carry his
around.
body.
Or
It's just
or
not-
or we can just
Right,
burn his body.
Yeah, that do. Seth?
I'm not breathing fire.
Nothing. Never mind.
No, go on.
No, never mind. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I was just thinking out loud.
I say we burn his body, so any remains of magic will burn away. Or dark magic,
Yeah,
that
but that's not very respectful, is it?
Oh, you're in the
is.
middle of
Depends on the culture.
In this
Some
culture,
some
it's
cultures of the north find constantly burns their dead as a sign of respect to their warrior personality. Talking about the Norse mythology, burials here.
Mhm.
there are no up there, so.
Yeah,
Just straight up burn
yeah,
it.
straight up fireball.
Proper.
I
Without
can,
any form of, like,
I can,
proper-
without you spending a spell slot. Oh, it's a cantrip. Never mind.
It's a cantrip. It's okay.
Yeah, I will help you.
I was going to say we could, put it on a bed of, like, something, I don't know. But, we're just going to burn it in the middle of the road.
And then
Yeah.
well, I'll create the fire in my hand and say, Paladins, do you want to say anything to this man? I mean,
I'll kneel down and say, Osiris guide you to the afterlife safely.
I specifically look at Syro because, well, Anubis.
Yeah, typing.
The
Okay.
gatekeeper.
You can just say that as well, right?
No, I don't say Osiris guide you. I say Osiris
No,
welcome.
I'm talking to Ally.
Yeah, allies, stupid.
I'm still going to say something too.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to kneel down. Making sure his eyes are closed. May Osiris welcome you with open arms.
That's nice.
Yes.
And now, rosti tosti corpsi.
Yes. And
as we hear the music from what was it? Braveheart, where they're burning the body.
Brave Scotland plays in the background.
What do the Egyptian gods and goddesses think of suicide?
It's one of the 44 things you have to say before you can enter the afterlife. But if it's compelled by a murderous sword,
Then
yeah,
you're
I think
fine.
they make exceptions.
It's more like getting murdered rather than, taking your own life.
So, congratulations. You killed a murderous sword. Yes, the sword was alive. And you have managed to make it back to Orketh, the very town you started from. Although, at least this time, you're no longer going to be thrown directly into prison.
Can you, when you get the chance, Katie, can you give me a description of the blade? What exactly it looks like?
Yeah, I can try and find you one. So, what would you like to do now you have returned here? I imagine you would want to see Nabate.
Yeah, I'm going to head
Yep.
to Nabate specifically with what Osiris gave me.
You know what, let's just plop you back in the in map, because it's the easiest map I have to use. You guys are still drunk in
I
here.
demand a sock and flump.
What?
Talk
A
and
sock
fun.
and a flump.
There you go. And there you go.
Yeah, flump.
I'll sit directly right here. I am.
Boom.
And I will.
I think we're all going to sit around the table with Nabate.
Even though there's only two chairs, just
Oh,
because.
whoops.
Oh god, you moved off the map. Where did you go?
Alpha.
Keep disappearing off the map.
What'd you do to make Flump unhappy with you?
Flump is happy.
Well, Flump keeps throwing him off the map.
Flump, stop that.
Lucia is just playing with Flump.
So, what happens is you go to the inn and you talk to Fogg, who is ridiculously happy to see you, as you might expect, because simple man, simple pleasures. And you ask him to go find the Bate for you. To which he responds by vaulting over his little counter thing, running out the door, and about 2 minutes later he comes back dragging a paladin with him.
Dragging.
What?
Dragging. Because Fogg is actually taller than the Bate. And he's not wearing any armor, I'd just like to mention. Fogg is just wearing, like, simple civilian clothes. And the Bate's still in plate armor. You ever
Just
seen...
curious. I want to know what Fogg's strength stat is.
He doesn't have one.
Oh my god. Is it infinite?
He has infinite strength.
It's over 9,000!
Up until the point where he will ever fight, he has infinite strength. So...
He has dumb personal strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, whilst Nabate is still wearing the full plate face that you've always seen him on, he actually looks happy to see you just from his body language. He's like, you survived. We heard of some incidents with cultists and weren't quite sure if you've been able to make it out alive. Very good to see you all again.
Speaking of cultists, did you get a naked man running into town?
Yes. It
Why are you
felt
naked? Why are you
impolite to
naked?
ask.
They just
threw off his robe.
Cackling.
He threw off his robes as he left the building.
She just starts cackling.
There was this naked man who ran in from the desert. It felt impolite to ask him exactly why he was naked. Fogg's been taking care of him. He's very good with Flump.
Oh, so he changed
Flump
his
cheers.
ways?
He changed his ways and now he works for Fogg.
So we
Goodness,
almost
he
killed
took
him
our
and...
advice.
You didn't almost kill him.
Oh, he ran before he could go after him.
Yeah, you were next to him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Found him
Send him
and
away.
I told him to go change his ways.
Oh, right, yeah, that one.
Good. He took my advice to heart then.
There he is.
Except he hasn't got his clothes anymore.
Nabate accepts. Well, he accepts your this tiny little glass vial of holy water with some kind of reverent awe. He is a paladin of Mart, true. He constantly deals with the very balance of the universe, but to have something physical in his hands that is of the gods, it's an always incredible experience. I believe this may be what we need. It is true that the damage may return, the cultists may spread their evil magic once more, but with this, I think we might stand a chance. Thank you, my friend.
I simply nod my head.
I will now offer him the +1 enchanted longsword because without you sending us on this quest, I would not have met my patron in person. So thank you.
Well, thank you, my friend. It's not often I'm gifted such wonders.
Now to more serious matters, I think you have all the right to know what happened while we were away. Especially since it might involve you. Well, it might involve this town being attacked in the future, maybe.
We have always been very aware of our precarious situation. Being in the desert as we are tends to invite trouble.
Well, the situation is even more dire than we already expected. When we went to the Temple of Osiris, his statue there was stolen by cultists. We managed to find the location of the statue itself, but in the location where we found it, there were more of the same cultists we encountered here, and an avatar of Seth.
It is no doubt in my mind that the bandits who were behind the kidnappings and the cultists who are using blood as fuel for their magic was part of the same operation, seeing what we have seen there.
Just what this world needed. The resurgence of that.
Yes. Now we managed to, thwart the Avatar of Seth, not defeat it, of course.
Can such a thing ever be defeated?
Well, once we got back to the Temple of Osiris with his statue, he didn't seem to think so. He advised binding him in another plane of existence. But, well, to do that you need immense amounts of power. Power which can only be granted by gods.
There are a great deal many gods within this land. I imagine most of them, if not all of them, would be incredibly happy to deal with Set. He is nothing but a thorn in the side of many.
You can see my goddess.
Sakmat as goddess of war does have incredible power. It is true.
Or mine for that matter. That this particular family feud is somewhat long overdue.
Set's very son may be his downfall. Of course, I cannot guide you more than Mart desires me to. My place is here. My place is here with the people of Akhet, and should you ever need my assistance, I will attempt to answer the call. I am no god. I am more than average human.
The rise of Set in this world will surely undo the balance which you seek to protect.
Mart is already disturbed. Mart is the one who called me to gather you together, after all.
and finding the answer to stopping that murderous god is one of the other reasons why we came back here. You said that your position in this village leads you to be frequently attacked by all manner of things on a regular basis, but those specific kidnappings that we first dealt with, have there been any more attempts by them or anyone like them since we left?
It has been relatively peaceful. A few scattered bandit attacks, but it seems they've lost their drive and determination since you took out their leader. Or at least their local leader. I imagine given enough time they will reform.
We didn't defeat him, he gave up.
The Avatar was not their leader. I meant their human leader. And I would advise against saying a god simply gave up. True, they often need to be present to hear, but these people can have eyes and ears everywhere.
As far as groups of human
I know.
rogues go, I'd be very surprised if there wasn't a power struggle, and by extension, more than one leader, should one of them disappear. And what I wanted to find out, to be frank, I suppose, where do you think we would have to go if we wanted to find more of them, the rest of them? There was a trail in one of their camps that we first stumbled upon. We kind of dealt with the entire raiding party after only a couple of encounters.
We are but a simple farming village. It is rare for bandits to stay here very long. It's likely they would have gone for one of the richer villages. Perhaps even, well, the very port you came from, dear Paladin.
Saltport? What of Saltport? Have you news?
Saltport is a commercial centre, is it not? And what better target for bandits?
A commercial center, perhaps, but it's a coast town. Most of the settlers there earn their living by fishing. It's a passage through to the rest of the north, certainly, but... And at this point, Ciro just stops and goes off in his head, trying to just set his thoughts straight because he hasn't thought of home once since just getting out on this expedition.
As you've said, Sarah, that is a port town, and they get a lot of their goods by fishing. However, I know for certain that the breweries of my homeland have many trade routes coming through that port. A lot of food and items not able to get in this land come through that port. It would be a high value target for.
And not only that, but with ports come people who are not documented in this land. People who would not be missed if they mysteriously went missing.
Sorry.
I too came through that port. I know exactly how many people can slip through.
The perfect place to collect some sacrifices.
I guess we're getting salty after all.
It's
But shouldn't we go
difficult
see
to
if I
say,
got it?
but I know for a fact that there were at least 4 stowaways on my ship alone. They caused quite a commotion when they escaped. But they did escape.
At a mention of stowaways specifically, Ciro just says quietly, yes, stowaways, I suppose, are not someone who would find the path from there to the mainland impossible.
Port City would be a good place for a cult to hide out. Gather maybe even more followers.
This is all but speculation for now. Well-founded speculation, but still, we should see that for ourselves.
I think it's our best course of action.
And if we want to head onwards towards the Temple of Sekhmet, well, I know a few people. Maybe we could get a boat.
That is true. I'm sure. Maybe I might even be able to convince one of the trader ships from my homeland to give me a hand. I am a noble, after all.
I might want to make one simple thing. I get motion sickness really easy.
We're only going to a port city, not on a boat yet.
Navate actually laughs. He's like, just simply don't look at the boats. You should be fine. If I can take a boat in plate armor, you can take a boat in that.
I do, however, suggest that we take a rest before we head out.
Agreed.
At least change his name to Reformed Cultist.
Sure, I'll change his name to Reformed Cultist.
Better here. Got free food.
I can't change his name to Reformed Cultist right now, but I'll do it for next time he pops up.
Alright, then I guess our destination is set.
Rest easy. Tomorrow we head westwards.
Finally, I can get some scent of water, sea, instead of just this desolate sand. I don't know how you people live down here.
Of course,
Oh.
it gets everywhere.
We were in a forest like a few days ago, so...
Navate just leans in and goes, you think it's bad with what you wear? Try getting armor. It's the worst.
Well, I mean, from considering, he's not from here for Marus, he's, like, it's, as you said, it course and gets everywhere. The sand.
I say to Nabati, you could take off that tiresome metal armor.
Yes, but then you know all my secrets, friend. We can't have that.
So just kind of looked at him slightly.
For Cax, this is what I'm going to do now.
Okay. I'm concerned.
I feel like convincing him to take off his...
Oh,
Your attempts to convince him to take his helmet off are just like, but what if you're pretty? He just laughs at you.
can I try to command him to?
No.
No.
You
feel
cannot
like
command
your
your
god
fellow
would be
paladins.
pissed.
What?
Even the fort is making your brain tingle.
You
You
can't
can
mind
continue
control
to
a
try
fellow
and persuade him
stand
if you want.
user.
Next time I'll put some ale in him before I try to persuade him. That'll give me advantage.
In the meantime, Marus grabs some peanuts and tosses at Flump.
Don't. Please
Flump
don't.
happily floats near the peanuts.
Please don't.
And eats
No!
But I'm so curious.
Come on. For all we've done for you, I think the least bit of respect you could show is to show your face to us.
them. Okay. Roll it.
Done
You
better
know
than
what?
me.
Because two of you are trying at once, I'll give you advantage.
Peer pressure.
Nabate sighs. He has been peer pressured. He removes his helmet. And
It's a normal face. It's just like...
he's not human. He's not human. You can tell that from his face alone. He has golden eyes. He has golden eyes with no pupils.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, he is a scion.
That,
A child of the gods.
Now,
you realize that you realize I'm the same time. I also don't have any pupils. No, is it? No, it's the other way around. Is it no pupils?
you have
or is it
golden
no-
eyes.
Yeah, I have. It's either no pupils or no other thing. The other part of your eye.
The whites.
It-
I don't think you have the whites.
Yeah.
Sure. Like a cat.
So it's effectively the same thing, isn't it? Really, if it's all the same
Similar.
color.
But yeah, Nabate just has glowing golden eyes with no pupils. It's definitely not human.
Do I know what it is?
It's probably time for me to hit that button again.
Insight or
Why did he religion?
History, maybe?
Why did he religion?
Well, he's
No,
a
not religion.
paladin. What? And is this like a godly thing? Is that like a...
He's not a god now.
How about
Try
history?
insight.
Insight.
So I could look history to see if there's anyone else like this.
Oh, yeah, you could try history too.
20.
No, I ain't got a clue.
From the stories you have read in the past, Elena knows one thing. Nebate is an Aasimar. An Aasimar is descended from Celestials. He is essentially an angel made manifest.
So he's ethereal, basically.
Kind of the opposite of me.
Yeah.
I guess, in a way.
If you go far back enough in an Aasimar's history, you will find a god. This is likely how he ended up becoming a paladin. I mean, he's aware you're all staring at him and trying to figure out what the hell he is. He's just like,
Smile and say,
have you figured me out yet?
I'll smile and say, yes, I have.
Very few can. I'll give you points for that.
History is something I've had to study quite thoroughly as a noble. If I'm to lead my people, I must know of my history.
Good
Do
reasoning.
you feel comfortable do you feel comfortable with me sharing this information?
Amongst this party of heroes, yes. It is best the common folk don't know. They
I'll
see an
nod over to
Aasimar
Thug.
and they assume the worst.
Oh, does he straight up say that? Admitting what he is?
He knows you've clocked him, so he's just like, sod it, I'll admit it.
Basically, from the history notes that I recall, Aasimar are pretty much angels made physical.
What do you mean? What do you mean they assume
They
the
are
worst?
descendants of the Celestial.
What do you mean they assume the worst?
Well, some Aasimar only appear to be heralds of destruction. I am not one of those. But, as I said, people assume they see the golden eyes and it's like, is this thing come to destroy me or protect me? I am the latter.
And even with the latter, they can assume that that means bad times are about to come.
They can assume I'm here to protect completely the wrong people.
Well, I now understand why you keep wearing your armor all day.
It's uncomfortable, but needs must.
Of course, I completely understand. Although I wouldn't wear anything made out of metal, of course.
I know you druids cannot. For the sake of what gives you... Well, that's what makes you druid. Oops, get my computer.
Well, then I think you are perfectly capable of defending this village if the need ever arises. And that we can depend on you when things go bad.
All I ask is that you do not drag an avatar into my village.
No.
It would be quite hard to explain why some of the houses randomly caught fire.
If we ever meet that avatar again, it will not be here.
I imagine he's going to make quite the arena. If you've bested him once, well...
He will not take us lightly again.
People like Set enjoy, well, mocking their enemies in the best ways they can think of.
All I know is any places his hand on the pommel of the great sword behind on his back now, the one that Osiris gave him. With Osiris' guidance, I will not fail at my quest.
We can call this done soon if you would like to just stay in Arquette until next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the
Yeah,
kind
we're
of the
probably
plan,
gonna
was to
rest
get some
overnight
rest and
regardless.
stay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I think once we get to Saltport, like
Shit's gonna kick
It's gonna
off.
go down.
Hmm.
Bitch, better have my
Didn't
money.
hear anything I just
I'm
said.
glad we're going to Saltport though, because that means I can find a trader from my homeland and use my nobility to compel them to deliver my sword to my father with a letter
I didn't hear
explaining
anything.
everything that.
Uh,
Didn't hear anything you just said because my sister just walked into the room and sat down and said, "Let's have a little chat," and continued to sit there
Okay.
talking about random things like, "What was my favorite color?"
so we're going to leave off with you in Arquette and relatively safe. Next time, you'll be heading to Saltport. And, well, gods only know what you'll find there.
I like your wording.
Oh,
Boom,
Alright,
boom,
I'll be back. I gotta go
boom.
start taking care of dinner because it's 5 o'clock.
cool.
All right.
insert cool ending theme here.
Wait, no. That's Star Trek.
Yeah.
I have all these maps that I didn't get to use.
And, well, for the next episode, maybe.
Oh, you have next.
And with that, I am going to stop the stream